Well, folks, we're joined here. You ready how I'm going to start this title off?
Uh-oh.
We're joined here by Stanley Cup Champion.
That's it.
Color
Nothing else.
Commentator for the Wild, co-host of Wild on 7th, Ryan Carter. Ryan, thank you so much for coming back. Well, actually coming for your first time in this studio.
Yeah, thanks for having me live in person.
Yeah.
No, this is great. Impressed with the setup.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought for whatever reason you were in any of our prior studios, but you weren't in our last studio, were you? In Lower Town, St. Paul?
No.
Okay, so you was always remote. I wish you could have saw the Plymouth house. It was pretty much a frat house. We could call it. There was flags all over the
Really
place.
nice house, though.
It was very nice. We could have
Nice before he moved in.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of
Dinged up all the walls getting the couches in. There was immediately
yeah.
marks all over the place.
Got a security deposit back a little bit, but it was also kind of dangerous. It almost killed Mark Rosen allegedly.
Yeah, because the driveway was literally like a blue square
Yeah.
in terms of steepness
Yeah.
of a ski hill. And, naturally being 4 dudes living in the house, we weren't exactly good about upkeeping the driveway. So immediately it snows, freezes. It was a death trap. I mean, you had to have your e-brake on if your car
you were
wanted to
just
stay
sliding
out of
down.
the street.
Get this comparison.
Remember-
you have to be
remember when
Alex Honnold to climb that thing.
Wasn't your truck in the street one time? And I'm like, hey, Jake, your truck is in the middle of the road right now. I thought because it slid down.
It slid down. And I don't think I parked all the way up our driveway, but I probably should have put on my emergency brake, but I never have to do that. And it was just in the middle of the road.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a nice flat space.
Safe
Very
parking
corporate.
lot.
No one
Yeah.
lives here. No one's going to be just walking around.
Insured, I think.
Yeah. We have business insurance.
Yeah, we do. We do.
I know a guy. There's one on the door.
Yeah, we have
Jordan Draper.
We have Jordan Draper. He's on.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Just get very much alive.
Yeah, very much alive wherever he is. He is our guy, though. Our
We always say
insurance guy.
rest in peace, and someone's like, he's very much alive.
Somewhere.
Actually, it's a woman. I forgot about that.
Is it? Jordan
Yeah,
Draper is a
someone-
woman.
someone
Okay.
Jordan with a Y.
Someone looked her up on LinkedIn.
Oh, wow. Oh, someone had to.
She's
We
still
had to
just
make
slinging
sure.
healthcare.
Yeah, right? Beautiful.
Wow.
Well, so let's start with the Wild. We can get into some Olympics, maybe some high school hockey stuff. But let's just start with, as the year has started, kind of what are your thoughts? What do you like? What concerns you heading into, the final few months of the season?
Well, how about the season in general? I came into it with kind of high expectations. You looked at the summer. If you go the whole year, you look at the summer, okay, we've got the cap handcuffs off. Oh my gosh, it's exciting. The team was a playoff team the year prior, lose to Vegas in a series that they could have won if it weren't for the offside terrorism at the blue line on the Ryan Hartman play, right? So it's like you're right there beating Vegas, a team that perennially is like a cup favorite, are again this year, or at least a contender. So you're like, all right, we're going to get the guy. We're going to get that top 6 forward. It's going to be, this is the year. It's Kirill's 5th year, and they're going to get him signed. And then all of a sudden, July 1 rolls around, and it's like, well, let's pump the brakes. Like Kirill's not signing July 1. Free agent market dried up because NHL did that whole thing where they're like, you know what? Let's just release the data that says the salary cap's going way up.
Yeah.
For the next 3 years. So GMs all of a sudden started to spend all the money that they could because they had the opportunity to plan. So free agent market was dry.
And the Panthers won 2 years in a row, and there was a few guys that were supposed to be.
They retained all 3 of those
Right,
guys.
there's-
And maybe
Yeah.
that's why the league did it. Who
Right,
knows?
yeah, exactly,
right?
yeah.
All the conspiracy theorists out there that believe that everybody's out to get Minnesota sports fans
100%.
probably believe that's true. But so it was quiet. I was like, oh my gosh, like we'll see. And then it felt like the Wild were going to be a 3 in the Central, 7-8 in a wild card kind of team. Maybe not ready quite yet to beat a Colorado or a Dallas in 82 games, but right there. And then, boom, out of the gates, it was like, uh-oh. Like they weren't scoring. It wasn't great. And it's like, man, maybe it might be a tough year to make the playoffs.
You had a players only meeting way too early.
I think they had multiple players only meetings.
It's never good when they're doing it in October.
When we hear about the players only meeting, it's like the 3rd player only meeting.
Yeah, right.
Like at some point something had been said before that. But you're right. And Hines, I give him a ton of credit because he didn't press the panic button. Calgary is a similar team to Minnesota, maybe less talent. Like we can debate all that. But it was a playoff team last year. They were 1 point away from knocking Minnesota out of the playoffs. And Calgary this year got off to a slow start, but they didn't handle it internally as well as the Wild did. The Wild pull out of it, and all the cliches that are said, like you just got to stick with it, just got to believe in each other, just got to get pucks deep, just got to go to work, whatever it might be. They stuck with it, and it's worked. They've turned the corner. So now, you get into November, and it's like, okay, they're better. They're good. We still don't really know what they are, but they're good. We can see it. They passed the eye test. The data says it. It's a good hockey club. Goaltending is playing out of its mind early. Weren't scoring as many goals as you would have liked, probably, but finding ways to win games. And then obviously now Quinn Hughes, they get that bump in December, and it's different team, different moxie.
Races.
Yeah, different moxie. They feel they can win a game 2-1 on goaltending. They feel that they've got 6 great defenders, and if the game calls for it, they can put 6 up. And I think we saw that the last week of the season. They won, or before the Olympic break, not last week of the season. We saw that they had good goaltending in games, they had good defense in games, and then they were able to outscore Nashville in a game where they really didn't have it defensively or with a goaltender. They're like, let's just score, and they did. So exciting time to be a Wild fan for sure.
I just think it's funny in October, and you talk about people, pressing the panic button. I mean, we know people personally. I was on the boat of that. No, they're going to turn it around. It's early in this. This is like week 1 of an NFL season equivalent, and there were people that I knew, they suck. It's over. I'm like, it's October 31st. Why are you freaking out right now? Like, there's still a whole season. They got to gel. Hockey's a game of the chemistry and just finding things, getting winning races of the puck and all that stuff, and getting things to stick together eventually. And that's what happened. And fans of course didn't want to hear let's just keep to the plan and all that.
Yeah.
And the fans were getting pissed and already saying fire Hines and all this bullshit. But
I can't remember, Karts, if it was you on the broadcast or someone else who said if they played even remotely okay in October, we're right there with the Avs. We're probably tied with them. I mean, they have a couple games in hand, so it's always a little weird looking at the standings. But really, if October was even mediocre at best, we're probably right up there, maybe even first team in the league.
Yeah, exactly. And
crazy.
What was October? Worst October franchise history?
100%, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was bad. Like, uh-oh.
Like players only bad.
Yeah, like, uh-oh, what is this? And to the point you were making, it's everybody, and there's something to it, not being in a playoff spot at Thanksgiving, is a frightening place to be. I don't think that there are a lot of good teams that are outside the playoffs at Thanksgiving, but it's marginal teams can be there. That's what's kind of frightening about it. Is it's like it's not you might not make the playoffs at Thanksgiving. If you're not in a playoff spot on Thanksgiving, you're not a good team, right? The Wild found a way, I think, to eke in the top 8 around the Thanksgiving break, and it was like, okay, we're there. You can quiet that noise a little bit, and with that, they've managed storylines well. Let's not forget too, like the team's been hurt. They were without Eck for a while. They've been without Brodin. I think Boldi missed a couple of games. So at different times, they've been without guys, but you almost haven't noticed because other guys have stood up. Like Hinostroza, when called on, has been good. Ryan Hartman's game has elevated when he's needed it to. Like when everybody's healthy, which they are now, Ryan Hartman was slotted to be a 3rd line, maybe 4th line kind of player, but all of a sudden his number's called, boom, and he produces. He's good, and he's taking the opportunity. Bill Guerin always says this one. If you want Wayne Gretzky's job, I'll give it to you. Just go take it,
Right.
So like if guys are playing well, and he doesn't, I don't think he makes these calls, but I think it's John Hines, but at the same time, I think the philosophy is there. Like if you're playing well and you're producing and it's good hockey, yes, you're going to stay there, Hartman. You're going to stay there, whomever it might be, Hinostroza, if you're playing on the top line. Like it doesn't matter, So
Well, just keeping the chemistry together. We got to keep the Krem line together.
yeah. The all Russian
The
line.
all
there?
Russian line.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if the initials were like KGB or something?
yeah, right. I know, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh
The-
man.
What do we got to do to get you to say Krem line on the broadcast?
Kremline?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we could sneak that one
Yeah,
in
you
there.
can sneak. You can sneak.
Well,
that.
here,
Yeah,
we'll use this as motivation. I'll
Yeah,
show you
yeah.
a picture.
We'll
of a
run
meme-
that
of a
through the
meme.
FCC and see what.
Kremlin.
I mean, the Kremlin is where they where the government works.
Yeah,
It's just a
right.
building.
Just a building.
It's just
Yeah.
a building.
There's
It's
no
not-
connotation. I mean,
we're
I know
not-
society
there's
will
no
think there's
references
something
to,
there, but it's just
political.
Kremlin.
Yeah.
they're Russian. It's the tie to Russia. It's easy.
How far away is
We haven't had this many like Russians on the
pass
team.
pass that down to him.
in
That's-
recent memory.
I was thinking
That's
about.
currently a shirt on the website right now, by the way.
I
the
like
Kremlin.
that.
It's beautiful.
It's just
It's just that's.
I
just so
wonder.
great.
I was thinking like maybe we're all playing checkers while Bill Guerin and the brass are playing chess. Like maybe they were like, you know who we should load up on is the Russian guys because they're not going to be in the Olympics. So Kaprizov, Trenyan, Tarasenko, Yurov, they're all going to rest instead of playing for 3 extra weeks. So that when we come out of the break, we'll just lean on those guys for a little bit.
they'll be
Yeah,
fresh.
Yeah, they're going to be having a players only meeting down in Cancun.
Yeah,
having a good
Or in
time.
Colorado, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Kirill's doing high altitude
Oh,
training.
yeah,
in
that's
Colorado.
right. What is
He's
this, like
going-
Rocky
he's-
IV?
He's going on a ski trip.
Oh man, he's going to be fighting bears.
he's gonna be skiing.
Oh man, that's great. No, they're going to be fresh. They're going to be refreshed when they come back and ready to go.
But maybe that was part of the strategy. Like, yeah, let's trade for Tarasenko. The more Russians, let's get Yurov over. The more we have, the better off we'll be.
I know.
It's gonna be like
There's something to it.
if you want to play on the Wild, you got to be fluent in both languages.
More than both languages.
It's Swedish too.
Swedish, English,
A
Russian.
melting pot of just some European
Russian,
guys, man.
yeah.
And they're working together. It's working together just fine. Like Bill Guerin found the formula of the right like ethnicities and countries to bring together on this team. It's been beautiful. It's
Yeah.
working out right now.
Not a lot of Canadians.
No, fuck Canadians.
Just
They're
Spurgeon,
cool.
right? Spurgeon, Middleton. I
Yeah.
think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy because you'd think most
Yeah,
NHL teams
'cause
are
Foligno's
at least
dual
half.
American.
Oh, Foligno's dual. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Foligno's dual, but I actually think he is Canadian,
More
He-
Canadian.
hockey-wise,
Yeah.
because his brother Nick, I think, is American.
Yeah. Which is
So you kind of have to
crazy.
pick younger. I think Marcus played World Junior for Canada.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Still, that's like half and half.
For
I don't
people
know.
who don't know the story, you gotta retell the story about trying to fight him.
Trying to fight him.
Yeah.
I wish it was just a try. It actually
I mean,
happened.
you at least tried to throw a punch, right?
I threw a
It
couple.
was an
punches.
attempt. No, you did. It was a fight.
Was it? I got 5 minutes. It was,
It was a fight. You did.
It was a fight.
It was a good fight.
I got 5 minutes and I don't know, maybe 10 stitches. So it was a fight.
There you go.
Blacked out for
No,
seconds.
I don't remember what led up to it. I don't think there was anything. Marcus was young too, and I didn't know his track record, but knew he was tough. And I was playing with New Jersey at the time. He was with Buffalo.
That's right.
And I was the left wing. He was the right wing, I believe. So off of face-off, neutral zone face-off, benign face-off, just an extra shove, a little slash, another shove, another slash, or something like that. And then it was kind of like, neither one of us were willing to just let the other guy get the last one and skate away. So, and again, I didn't know how tough Marcus was at the time. So it was probably like an FU bomb, and then let's go. And I was like, yeah, let's go. Next thing I know, he's got a cinder block flying right by my face, hits me, disconnects my wires. I go down. And he's nice. He's like holding me there, kind of like, hey, you all right, buddy? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And
The crowd loved that, man.
I'm bleeding from my lip, and everybody thought I was knocked out. Turns out I was.
Oh.
But my trainer came on the ice. He's like, just relax, just relax. I'm like, I'm totally fine, man. He's like, you're wobbly. I'm like, I know. It's not from getting hit in the face. I hurt my leg. So I had like Bambied on the ice and hurt the MCL, like the inside of my leg.
Oh,
Man.
Yeah. And then
I thought you were just kidding for a second there.
No,
you were
so-
just trying to play it off.
I was. I was
Thought you
doing
like-
all of the above,
like
but
a
my
Tua
leg
collapse.
actually hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I missed time, and this is why I say Marcus is so tough. He hit me in the lip, and he broke my leg. So, like, my knee, my knee, like, when I fell, so, like, I fell like Bambi. Legs went outward.
Yeah.
So MCL got hit, but then the bones on the outside hit.
Oh.
And then I cracked the bone down the outside of my leg. So,
my God.
yeah, so it took a couple of weeks for that to heal,
Wow.
but yeah.
And
then
wasn't his dad?
his dad was a coach. So
Yeah.
so I go back, period ends, and I'm getting stitched up on the table, and he comes in and he's like distraught a little bit, like stressed out, pacing a little, and he's like, "What, Ryan? Why didn't you tell me you were gonna fight Marcus? I would have told you not to."
Like it's a premeditated thing.
Yeah, he's like,
you're not-
I would have told you not to, Ryan. like, and he was all mad at me for not telling him I was going to fight Marcus.
Yeah.
Because he would have done me a solid and said, that's not something you should do.
Don't do it.
Like a
Don't
fair
do it.
warning.
Marcus is
But you weren't
Marcus
really-
is built different.
And you weren't really a fighter, though, right? So
Yeah. No, not really, but I mean, I played on the fourth line. That was my role. So
in the
I would probably
moments,
get
you
in
got
a
a little
handful a
scrummy.
year,
Yeah.
Similar to how Marcus's role is right now. He just happens to be better at it.
Yeah,
Where, I wouldn't say Marcus is a fighter. Like, what's he getting? 3 a
Right.
year? 3 to 4 majors a year. That was probably it. But when I played, weight classes were different. Marcus is like a heavyweight in today's game. I would have been like a middleweight, if not a lightweight, when I was playing. Because I went through like the Boogeyman era, played with those guys like George Peros, tail end like LaRock, Burchard, and then the middleweights were around where it was like Brad May, Chris Barch, some of the guys that are probably like, your 225, 230.
Yeah.
Not the big boys like Bugard, who was like, what, 250, 260, 270.
monster.
Yeah. So there were different classes. Now it's like one class kind of, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, thanks, Mike, for I just got my ass kicked, and now like you're making me feel bad for getting my ass kicked. But
You guys at least win that game?
I actually don't remember the score of the game, but
That's
probably
fair.
because I don't think Buffalo has won many games from
No.
that point until now.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
we'll have to check the box score.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never wanted to tap on Bugard to fight him at all?
No,
Never thought about it?
no. The biggest guy I fought was right as Evenons. Yeah, he was huge. He was like 6'6", 250, 260, something like that. Big guy. I'd played against John Scott and thought about that, but I remember thinking I'll never fight John Scott because we took a face-off and we both like went in. I was on the wing, and all I did was like accidentally hit my shoulder on his hip or something. It cracked my neck, and then my neck hurt for like a week. I was like, this guy is
Oh my
huge.
God.
He's huge.
Just
My
a
shoulder
tree.
hit his hip, and he somehow cracked my neck.
Oh,
Man.
man.
He threw my neck out of place. So
No.
I was like, I'm not messing with that guy.
No.
David and Goliath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
None of the big boys. No
Scary.
thanks.
While we're doing stories quick, there was one story too that I thought you told on Chicklets. Was it a story about Ambien on a plane?
Not on a plane.
Off after a plane?
Not after a plane. Well, so there's a plane involved.
Okay.
Yeah. So I took an Ambien as a right after my pregame meal at like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. Not a great decision.
Not knowing what the effects of it were.
The plane comes in like this because what used to happen after games is you'd walk off the plane, and if you had like an injury, maybe they would give you like an anti-inflammatory. If you needed help sleeping, they'd give you help sleeping. If you had, some pain issues, maybe they'd give you something for your pain or whatever it might be, right? But they would just give it to you in like a tiny little envelope, like a white little single pill envelope.
Okay.
And they just hand you like one. And the thought was that you can't abuse it, right? And trainer would be able to track it, I think. So I didn't know that. All I knew is that you need help sleeping. Sure, I'll take one. It's middle of the night. We just had a few beers, whatever it might be. Like maybe I need some help sleeping. Sure, give me one of these. So, and I didn't use it. Just kind of had it banked. And we had rookie dinner the night before. And this is in Chicago. Then Randy Carlisle was the coach at the time, and we had a skate in the morning, and it was early in the morning, like a 9 a.m. skate, maybe like an 8 a.m. bus, real early. We were in Chicago, out all night for rookie dinner, so we didn't get home till like 4 in the morning.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Rookie dinner.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah. And the expectation is everybody is going to be less than 100%. It's
Yeah,
just
for
go
sure.
go to the rink, skate it out, sweat it out,
Yep.
and then be ready to play the following day. And we had a skating drill. Randy liked to pick on me a little bit, and we did a skating drill, and one lap, we'll call it, and he let the super vets off. That was like Pronger, Niedermeyer. Another lap, he let like the next level of vets off, and another lap, next level of vets, and that's probably maybe where I probably fit. Then another lap. I'm still out. Now it's just me and the rookies, and he tells me to push the net from this end to the other and back. And I was upset that I was still out there. So when on my way back, I shoved the net at him, like, boom, there. And turns out I had Superman strength. and it went at him at like way too fast.
Yeah.
And it hit him, and he goes down, and then he gets up. He's, you can get off the ice. So I get off the ice. Now all the guys are like that were off the ice were watching, and they couldn't believe what they had seen. So now there's some energy in the locker room.
Yeah.
And Randy happens to walk through that. He was not happy about that. So I leave that practice. I call my agent. I was like, hey, Neil, this is what I did today. I shoved the net at Randy. He went down. Everybody saw it. This is bad. He's like, okay, whatever, you idiot. So couldn't sleep that night. Anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Naturally.
Yep. Morning skate. Was like, okay, I'm fine. This is fine. This is all gonna blow over. All I need though is, and this is when Chicago was good too, right? All I need is like just a little nap in the afternoon, and I'll be fine.
Yep.
And lay down, and I can't fall asleep, so I'm like, I'm not gonna mess around. I need this.
Yeah.
So I grabbed that Ambien at like 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, they say this helps you fall asleep. I'm gonna take it. So I took the pill, and like 4:30 4 o'clock when my alarm goes off, like I wake up with a pounding headache, and like, well, I couldn't wake up.
Yeah.
So then I walked downstairs, and outside the hotel was like a CVS, and right at the counter I was looking for like a 5-hour energy, and there was one there. Slid that aside. There's a 4-pack. I grabbed the 4-pack. Go to the rink in Chicago, and I take 1. It's not offsetting this. I take 2. It's not offsetting it. 3. Pretty soon I got 20 hours energy in me, and an Ambien. I took the Ambien at 2 in the afternoon, 2:30. Game's at 7. Playing the game, and I can't see straight. Can't really play. Can't really think. But I think to myself, if you can't do anything else, you can maybe like hit somebody. You can skate around fast. So I line up Seabrook, and I go to hit him.
Man.
Boom. And I barrel down on him. I got him dead to rights. Boom.
Yeah.
Smoked the glass on the end wall. I missed him by like 2 feet.
Oh, man.
I come back to the bench. Everybody's like, what the hell was that? I was like, I don't know.
I'm seeing players, man. I'm seeing guys.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I swear I hit him. I hit the one in the middle. Just wasn't him.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
How was your heart regulating chugging?
I don't
4
think
or 5 hour energy.
I don't think it was. That wasn't a concern of mine.
Yeah, I guess that's problem number
Really
2.
not.
How am I going to get through
mean,
today was
You're
the
like,
concern.
I'm just going to play the game.
I drink
Yeah.
a shit ton of caffeine, and one of those things gets me buzzing. Like,
Yeah.
those things work.
I was high stepping in a very bad way.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say you're an upper and a downer.
Yeah. So then their bench was giving me a hard time. I had the furnace face going. They're like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I took an Ambien for lunch. They're like, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would recommend to everybody, don't take an Ambien. But in my defense, it's still ignorance is not defense of stupidity. But I didn't know there was no label to read, and at the time I had no experience with Ambien, so I didn't know it was gonna like last like 8 hours. I thought it just helped me fall asleep.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You know?
The fall asleep.
I thought it would be similar to like a
melatonin?
NyQuil. Yeah,
Something- yeah,
or like a
yeah.
NyQuil or something, you know, where like
You're
it
a little
helps you
groggy
fall
when you
asleep.
wake up,
yeah,
but
and you
you
can
battle
power
through
through
it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you get active, like you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. It was much more intense.
Except this is like you were actually playing when your body was like thinking you should still be sleeping.
Well, yeah.
That's hilarious.
You basically were like drunk on the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were legally drunk on the ice.
Yeah.
Legal drunk. Wow.
Oh, that's incredible.
Seeing multiple
Yeah.
players.
So
To you,
bad
there's
idea.
too many men on the ice.
Compounding bad ideas.
Yeah.
There's so many bad ideas led to that situation. Bad decisions.
I didn't know the whole story with the net before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one.
So so you have that going on with the net, and then they see you running into the boards. A lot of your teammates are probably like, "Oh, this guy's a character."
Tough road trip.
Yeah.
That's a tough
Tough
couple
go.
days. Like, this is the rookie.
This guy's either great or he's a moron.
Yeah,
One of
right.
the two. We'll
Technically,
see.
though,
Hockey
is it the coach's fault for leaving you out there with the rookies?
Oh, we could blame him.
Yeah, right.
Because then if
It
you
comes
wouldn't have
back.
pushed the net into him, you wouldn't have been all anxious, would have gotten a good night's sleep, would have been able to fall asleep for a nap, wouldn't have taken the Ambien, would have played a good game.
Some look at it that way.
It's a chain reaction. It's a butterfly effect.
Some meaning you and I look at it that way.
Randy Carlisle, we might have to get a hold of him.
Yeah, butterfly
Get to the
effect.
yep. I know.
Speaking of Randy, how much do you like Randy?
Yeah, Randy. There, you can see the hair on my neck. It stands up. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to give Randy credit where credit is due. Good coach. He won a Stanley Cup. Good coach, has his teams prepared. Just didn't care for me too much.
Yeah.
But he's not alone in that.
Well, you made a statement. In his eyes, you made a statement though, on how you feel of him treating you, or how you did feel. So
He made a couple of statements.
yeah. So throwing a net at him, that's
It's a bad idea.
But that's funny.
So another thing I was going to ask too. So where were you when you found out about the Quinn Hughes trade? So I feel like that we're going to look back on that as Wild fans of like, where were you when you found out that trade happened? Because it was bananas. I mean, I personally read it on Twitter. I thought, okay, this is a fake. I thought it was like Michael Russo, where there's like one S instead of.
Too.
I click on it. It's his profile, and my next thought is, okay, someone hacked his Twitter. Like, this is a big deal. I didn't believe it.
That's what I said too. So it's crazy because you can open up your phone now and there's so much AI generated news and quotes. And it's like you can't tell what's real or what's not real. So in some ways, like I think like your beat reporter now is more important than ever before.
Yep.
So that's exactly what I did. I think I was at the White Bear Lake Sports Center getting ready to jump on the bench for a 10U hockey game, and somebody says, "Did you see the trade that the Wild just made? They got Quinn Hughes." And I was like, yeah, BS.
Yeah,
right.
good one.
Yeah. No way.
Joke.
Fucking dreams.
April's a few months away, buddy. So let's relax. Yeah.
So I do what I think most do is jump on my phone and then go to Michael Russo's Twitter page to be like, is this real? And sure enough, I think somebody else maybe broke it, but he had confirmed it. Like, I know if he posts something, it's accurate. So he had posted something about it. It was accurate. It's like, oh my gosh. So the initial reaction, I was at White Bear Lake Sports Center 10U game, jumping on the bench. I think I had like 2 minutes before the game started, and then I was pretty well distracted throughout that game.
I was going to say, it was probably on your mind the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah. But at the time, I didn't have enough time to figure out what the trade was.
Yeah.
So it was the Wild got Quinn Hughes. What did they give up?
You probably had so many different scenarios that went in your head of like,
Totally.
God, did we give him Kirill?
Yeah.
After we just signed him?
This is a big. I mean, this is a huge signing.
Wallstad.
Like how I didn't know how much term he had left on his deal.
Yeah.
You know, who did they send the other way? Like, what does this look like? And so I mean, it was an exciting night.
Yeah. Well, the refs probably had a break from you yelling at him at the 10U game, right?
Well,
Yeah. I don't know how you treat.
The
Yeah.
game where Carter's?
No, I ref District 10, so I wouldn't be in White Bear.
Hey,
I was District 10 for a year though.
Really?
District 10's like that's
Oh,
like
no, he might have
Andover.
Centennial,
Centennial,
Upriver,
Blaine.
Rogers, Blaine. Yep.
Yeah, we were District 10 2 years ago. So
I just missed you guys then, because I do a ton of like 10U. Like I just did C Peewees and C Squirt.
He threw a coach out.
I did throw a coach out the other day.
for what?
Well, he was giving us shit all game. This is C Peewee, so I Sandy versus Anoka. With 12 seconds left, my partner waves off an icing that clearly tipped off of their guy, and he was just telling us we're the worst refs. I'm like, yeah, you can just leave. You're done. It's 4-2. You guys are going to lose. And apparently this guy's been kicked out of 3 prior games.
Wait, I think we need. Forgive me if the listeners have heard this before, but I actually need all the details. Did you politely ask him? Well, can you just leave? Like, because I feel like you're like an umpire here.
So you have to
like
tell
when
me
the
to fuck
umpire
out.
strikes somebody out, like their throw out, like or they throw somebody out of the game.
Right.
They've got that practiced.
Yep.
Like they know they're prepared
Well,
for this.
so this is my-
yeah. Like what's it like? Like I don't even know if that's adequate.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be
Oh,
like.
it's got to be like, get out.
Yeah, you're out of here.
Yeah. You gotta like wind it up.
fuck out.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So there's I got some work to do because I just pointed. I'm like, just get out of here. We're done.
Like it was a plea bargain.
And he listened to you though.
It is amazing.
Good.
It is amazing that inside of a rink you have like almost a police-like authority. Like you're the sheriff of the
Sometimes refs abuse that.
rink.
They do. They
Yes,
do.
without a doubt. Like, there's been some refs I've ref with where I'm like, I need to get off the ice because I don't like what you're doing. Like, guys that call everything in squirt games, it's like, man,
On a power trip.
Yes.
Yeah, at a squirt game.
He's had Devin Dubnyk give it to him.
Yes, dude. I
great.
refed his team twice, and he yelled at me one time.
Isn't that just you can retire though after that? I mean, you had Devin Dubnyk yell at you. That's
I mean,
great.
it wasn't warranted, but it was the heat of the game. It was a championship game for a tournament, and his best player got coincidentals, so they were throwing punches in A squareds. You can't do that. So I take them both. He's like, hey, that's our best player. I'm like, that sucks. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
He's got a good right hook, too.
Yeah.
He did. He wailed on me. Like, technically, we're supposed to kick them out, but I refuse to do that. Like, unless it's really bad. But no, they're out to play because I'm a former coach too, former player. Like, I don't want to kick anyone out, especially that young. Bantam's different, but not A squareds. And they're good too. Like, the kid was good, but I'm like, dude, they can't throw punches.
I got booted from a game last year.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. Yeah. What happened there?
I typically don't
Bad
get
at the offsides.
I don't get after the refs.
It had to be bad then.
No. I don't think so. Okay. Again, we'll see. Yeah. No, it was the district semifinal game. So second to last game of the year.
It's a big deal, though. It really is.
So the game goes like this: we give up 3 right away, and call a timeout first period, like try to refocus the group, send them back out, and sure enough, next shift they pop 1, 3-1. Okay, we're okay. And then they do nothing. We do nothing for like the next period and a half. Meanwhile, like power plays are stacking up. It's 4-0. It's 5-0. I think power plays were 4 or 5-0 at that time. And I just know from playing that you can play that card a little. The old marble theory. You can play that card a little bit. Like power plays are 5-0, and power plays at 10U don't really matter.
Yeah.
But it was late in the game and we're down 2 goals. So if I can get one and get 6-4, that's kind of what I'm after. So it doesn't work. We end up getting another one, and it was our strongest, like biggest player ran into a girl. It was a penalty, and I just say from the bench, "What's that one for? Being too big?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes,
"You're gone."
Yeah, no. He goes, bench minor. So now we're down 5-on-3. So he gave me a bench reminder, and I was like, "Now you're just being a hero." And he goes, "Get out of here!"
That's great.
Chucked. And then I'm screaming. I was like, "What?" Now I was like, "What happened?" Like on the bench, I was like, "You overdose on Hero Biscuits today? Like, what's the deal?"
Well, if you're already out, you might as well just keep, laying into him.
And that's what he says, "Get out of here." And I was like, "That's actually what I'm doing. I'm actively walking out." Like we're having an argument, like while I'm walking out. So I'm walking out of the rink. He's going to the box to talk about my minor. The girls on the bench are now losing their mind because they've never seen like any of it. They've never seen any of it.
What's going on? Do we still play? Where's our coach?
Yeah. So at this time of the game now, I think we're down 3-1. Maybe 6 minutes to go, and down 2 players, 5-3. So the girls kill off the 5-on-3. They might even get a shorty. I'm like getting play-by-play from my wife while I'm in the car because I can't be in. I can't be in the building, So
great.
And she's actually at home. She's on Live Barn, so I can't log into the Live Barn to be able to watch it either. She's like, "No, I'm watching this, you meathead."
She saw it all.
Well, no, she didn't know I was kicked out. Nobody knew I was kicked out because it happened so fast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
There wasn't yelling. There wasn't like shouting. It was just like, "What's this one for? Being too big? Bench minor 5-3. Now you're being a hero. Boom, you're gone."
Now you're being a hero. That's
like
a
it
great
happened.
one.
Bang, bang, boom.
It happened really fast. Nobody knew. So I called my wife in the car. She's like, "How are you calling me? I'm watching your game." Tell her. Now the girls killed off. I think they might end up getting a shorty. So now it's 3-2. Then they get another tie at 3-3. Then they pop a fourth. So now they're up 4-1 or 4-3. Yeah. And that all happened in the final 5 minutes. So
maybe you should watch more games from the car.
that's bad coaching. Bad coaching.
Yeah.
Girls are excited to have somebody else calling the lines. So it happens.
And no, you
it
fired
does.
up the team.
You did.
Yeah,
How
I can take
managers
credit.
will get kicked out in baseball just to ignite a spark on the bench.
Just like
Yeah.
they might do it with a fight too.
Yeah.
In hockey.
I think it's the opposite.
Right.
The girls were happy to have somebody else hollering at them.
well, right.
He's out of here! Woohoo!
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, Rule 601B.
Oh, boy.
Abusive official.
Yeah. So then I had to report myself to the district.
Yeah, I get kicked out.
I had to fill
What'd
out
you say?
paperwork. It sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I don't want to do this. Like, I asked him, because that was the first time I ever did it. I was like, I asked my the District 10 guy. I'm like, what do I got to do? He's like, oh, I got to fill this out. Blah blah blah. Takes a little bit of time, but I don't want there's officials that just don't take anything. Like I took it from this guy all game. I'm like, dude, are we really arguing fucking icing right now with 12 seconds left? And I just, boom. I didn't even give him a bench minor. Just out of here.
See ya.
So I didn't follow the proper rules. You're supposed to do a bench minor first, then kick him out. But I was like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah,
Get
right?
out of here.
Yeah.
This is fucking Pee-wees, guys.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, ridiculous.
I mean, it sounds
funniest.
good in the studio here. I wish we had some audio of that one. Like, was it like?
Yeah.
Like I want to. I'm
Go
curious
through the
now.
barn archives.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure
least
this
see
one
it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wish-
and on top of that,
Like he needs to have a good toss, doesn't he?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You do,
No doubt. Yeah.
Sarge, you're dealing with enough of these kind of
Your
coaches.
nickname can't be Sarge with a soft toss.
right?
Point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Then they ask if he's in the military. He's like, no.
no.
Last name
Last
Sergeant.
name. Last
Stolen
name.
valor.
Stolen valor for sure.
I know. I played in a
Man.
pickup today, and I was wearing one of the Minnesota Warriors jerseys that
Yep.
they gave.
Yep.
They gave us for the hockey expo
Yep.
last year. And guy skates up to me. He's like, "So do you play for the Warriors? Like, did you serve?" I'm like, "No,
No.
Do I look like I served?"
No. Depends on the branch, I guess.
Be
but,
like a
you know,
computer programmer.
right? Right.
I can serve a captain's patch, but
Yeah.
Exactly. I could serve a couple beers. I could serve a cup
Yeah.
snake.
I can
you
serve.
know?
I can serve a windmill the next time you throw a muffin shot at me.
Yeah, right.
No,
Yeah,
really
I-
quick though, I gotta say, going back to Quinn Hughes though, your former organization, the New Jersey Devils, had a little bit of a no-no. Did you see that on Twitter the other day with him?
where they cut half it, like
Yeah,
three
what the
quarters of
fuck
his
was
body off.
that? They didn't. They forgot to cut his legs out, so there's a pair of phantom legs
Yeah. Someone has 3 legs though.
between
or
the
maybe
Tkachuk,
that. Yeah.
between the Tkachuks and the Hughes.
I didn't dive through the comment section of that, but like, what's the intent of that? Is that like a jab at Quinn? Is that
For not, I have a theory that it was like an undercover boss type scenario, and the GM, who's the GM of the Devils now? It's anyways,
you.
was
whatever
it
that guy's-
Fitzgerald?
Yes, Fitzgerald. Did like an undercover boss day, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna work with the social media admins and pretend like I'm an intern."
Yeah.
And he was like, "All right, we should cut this guy out of the photo because I completely fumbled the trade to get him here."
Right. Or the GM did.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
the GM was the undercover
Right.
boss. I know this
Right.
is
But he's
a little
saying it
elaborate.
was the GM or whatever.
Yeah, he's he's got like a blonde wig on, and he's like, "Yeah, I go to Florida State. I'm here, interning.
Yeah. Here's an idea. We should cut
We
that
should cut
guy
that
out.
guy out."
But sir, it's just the USA team. No, we're gonna
You
cut
got
him
a
out.
personal vendetta against him. No, just cut him
It's
out.
just a brothers picture with
yeah.
Yeah, right. They're
two
representing
brothers
the
and then a
USA.
single dude.
He looks better with the Tkachuks,
Yeah, right.
anyways. Alone.
I know. I exactly. That's bizarre. You have all this animosity that he didn't come to the Devils. Sorry that Bill Guerin outplayed you a little bit. Sorry about that. But this is the USA. This is the Olympics. We're trying to unite the country. Now you're creating division, even more division with this shit.
You know what I could have seen happening but this wasn't it. I'd love to know what the actual answer is for this, but you know how sometimes like on Instagram where you can merge 2 photos together while you swipe?
Yeah.
yeah.
You can swipe.
Yeah.
I've tried to do that and got it wrong.
Yeah, right.
Before.
Yeah.
Wait, were they backwards? And
Yeah.
people are like, what the fuck?
It just doesn't even line up.
doesn't
Like
line
it
up.
doesn't line up.
Yeah.
You know?
So to split
like
it
my line is
perfectly.
bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know
tried
I don't
it.
know what I'm doing. That's what happens when
Yeah.
you're 40 something trying to figure stuff out on Instagram. So I've had it wrong like that before, but I don't think that photo was like panoramic that you have
No.
to fit it in there.
No.
And like
Unless
the,
it was
the
out of
boards
the
are all
aspect
off,
ratio.
Too. Like
You
it
can
was.
see a clear split. Like if you really wanted to try to professionally, I feel like cut him out. You could have did it way better than that, especially with AI and it's 2026.
Like
What are we
Apple,
doing?
you can just highlight it
Yeah.
and say remove this person.
and
Bang, they're gone.
it'll add AI background to it or whatever. It's like someone literally just put it into like like Photoshop 2002 or something and tried to like cut it up or
Which
I
makes
don't
it seem more
know. I
intentional
don't-
now.
Exactly. It looks
Yeah.
like that's I think what they did. They wanted people to like notice it and discuss it and be like, why do you leave Quinn Hughes out and blah 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 blah. I don't know.
Maybe smart. Maybe it was intentional. Now that you mention it,
It looks so intentional though. Like there's no way
it's a horrible job.
a sports media organization that literally makes graphics for a living, like in this day and age with the software we have, that they just did it with a clear split down the middle, 7 legs sitting there. Like it.
Have you
doesn't make
seen the
sense.
other one where and again, now you never know like what's real or what's not real. Somebody maybe did a deep dive down New Jersey's Instagram, and there was another one of Jack Hughes walking in where the shadow didn't match
I remember that. I
Match-
remember
his
yeah.
body.
Yeah.
So he like had a hand in his pocket, and the shadow had like his hand out of the pocket. So it was photoshopped for some reason. And it's like, what's the purpose of that?
That was earlier this season, right?
Yeah.
I remember people just throwing a fit over
Yeah,
that.
maybe they're doing some sketchy stuff on purpose.
Yeah.
They're doing some weird stuff to get us thinking, or
maybe
talk about
AI
it. I
has
don't
like
know.
started taking over, and it's just playing jokes on us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's officially taken over the New Jersey's Devils social media accounts.
It's certainly better than what I've been doing with AI, where I'll just go on Twitter, and if there's a picture of someone posted, like an athlete that I want on our team, I'll have Grok put them in our team's jersey. So like anytime I see a photo of Joe Burrow now, I just say @Grok, put him in a Vikings jersey, and then it responds with a photo of Joe Burrow wearing a Vikings jersey.
And it's flawless.
It's pretty good. Except for when they like change.
Except he's got 3 legs.
Yeah, they change his, or like his face is just some other white guy. You're like, oh, where'd you get that face from?
Or like the Vikings logo, like the Vikings is misspelled.
Yeah.
It's like a wrong purple, or it's like you look at the stadium and it looks unrealistic. Like there's hundreds of levels.
Yeah.
What is this, 100 million capacity stadium?
Yeah.
You know, I like the bit that people were throwing around of like, oh man, how awesome would it look for Sam Darnold in a Viking uniform? Here's a Photoshop, and it's an actual photo of him. Obviously, I think people did it with Kirk Cousins too. You know, it's just like.
Or if a player leaves and comes back, then people say first look at blah 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 in a Vikings jersey, and it's a picture
it's
of
Photoshop.
the former photo.
It's the former photo, So
There's just going to be a skill to that, spotting AI mistakes on photos. It'd probably help me as I scroll and find all these fake.
You're gonna show up to your next Wild broadcast, and you're gonna have all this prep, and it's just all AI messing with
it's
you.
all fake.
right?
Like, yeah. Anthony, I heard from
AI's in my
ChatGPT
pocket listening
that
to me and being like, yeah, you can't get me, buddy.
Giving you stats from like 2018.
Russo's a few seats down, just shaking his head. Like, God, you can't believe you fell for that one.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, going back to Quinn Hughes quick. I mean, have you had a chance to talk to him yet? Have you been able to, break his stone face, give him a smile at all?
No, but is it something that you're going to be watching?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like over the course of this tournament?
Yeah. Not just his skill,
Like
just to see if his face changes.
The observations
Yeah.
going into the Olympics, and just from like the still images of him with his brother, and like big smile.
Yeah.
You know,
Right?
Like genuine happiness, right? And I'm curious to see now, like, does he still power down on the ice, or does his controller go dead, or is he alive?
Like before 3-on-3 when he just stands on the blue line.
Yeah,
it's an AI player.
He's like, all right, he's just standing there instead of talking to his teammates or whatever. He's just waiting for them to drop the puck.
He's just charging. It's like he's literally charging back up like he's a robot, and then puck drops and he's just back off.
How great is that?
It's great.
Have you
He's a
seen the
hockey
video
guy.
where I think it was in Anna? I can't remember where it was, but he was standing like where the shovels go by the benches, and the shovels were like having to split around him, which
He
was
wasn't
like,
moving.
Yeah, because you can feel that. I would be able to feel that pressure and be like, I should probably move here.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, sorry,
these people are trying to do
yeah.
their job, and you just feel that.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel it, or it
He's
didn't
just
notice
so
it. And the
dialed
shovels
in.
just go around him, and then all of a sudden, back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's
Maybe he just
back in.
maybe he just takes a ton of Adderall.
I don't know, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah, he's just, it's the most pure thing. It's literally all about hockey.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's
Even
mastered.
the way he gets on the bench, right?
when he lays down.
Yeah, lays down and then he just sits there.
Like he's not wasting a calorie.
No,
he's
that's
not.
why he's
By
able to
moving,
play 30
smiling,
minutes
nothing.
a night.
It's
Like,
crazy.
Like I'm not
30
going to lift this leg over the bench unless I have to.
No.
I can roll on and save a calorie.
And he's not
When
going
you
to tell
play-
someone to open the door because speaking also burns calories.
Yeah.
Right?
How do
Moving
you
the
play
mouth.
27 minutes, lead the league? Don't waste a calorie.
Don't
Right.
blink. That's 1 calorie
Oh.
down right there. He's got to save it all out
Does
for the
not
ice.
blink either, I bet.
Can we really burn calories blinking? I need to blink more. That'd be good.
What if they did a step counter, a blink counter?
Stare at screens as much as I do all day, and you'll be blinking a
Don't
lot.
be blinking, yeah. The blue light. Oh my gosh. Maybe Quinn Hughes has just mastered Ambien. Maybe he's mastered it in a way where you can just channel it.
maybe he's just-
channeled Ambien.
Maybe he's a big
just
Ryan
fucked
He
up
fan
all
and
the
he
time.
just takes an Ambien for lunch every day. And
but he
just
knows
like,
how to channel it.
He
Yeah,
hasn't-
he's like, I'm good at
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
He hasn't come to you yet asking for all your tips and tricks
Yeah.
and playing hockey?
Maybe that's what he's doing between puck drops. He's actually sleeping for a couple seconds, just with his eyes open. All right, let's
He's
go.
taking awake naps like,
Yeah, right?
like Jimmy Carter.
5-hour energy.
Oh man, that he was voting.
He'd have awake days. It's Quinn Hughes all the time.
Man.
5-hour energy every intermission, maybe.
Yeah, right. He's figured it out. He's figured out how to use Ambien. He's hearing this story. He's like fucking rookie.
Well, so what do you see them doing at the deadline? Because there's a lot of talk about Wallstead getting traded. I
I think that's moronic. Personally,
I don't see that happening. in a
I don't know.
in a
Or do you
2-goalie
think-
league. That sounds absurd, but is it not?
Well, I mean, is it a 2-goalie league? That would probably be the first talker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I go back to Vegas. Wild played them. What was that? Gosh, 3 years ago, when they had Fleury and Leonard, I believe it was. And-
The bubble year.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if you have, and I actually think the Olympics come down to something similar. When you have like 2 guys that are good or like tough decisions in your roster, it becomes more challenging for the coach to make the right decision at the right time. Like, let's say you're at the roulette table, you're red, black. Like you know one of those 2 is coming, and you got to get it right. You're going to get it wrong
You're
a
gonna
fair
get
amount.
burned eventually.
Yeah, you're going to get it wrong, right? And every once in a while there's green. That's when both goalers would be off on that day, whatever it might be. But the way I see it is like if you're going to go on a run at the table, it's you go black and hope that black goes on a run, or you go red and hope red goes on a run. You're not going back and forth trying to guess it, right? So I think goalies, I believe this. Goalies are like quarterbacks. If you have 2, you really don't have 1. So I don't think it's a 2-goalie league. You look at the best nets around, it's not 2 goalies. Like Colorado, 2 goalies might be their undoing. And I believe that they're probably going to get to a spot where they just run one of those guys, whether it's Wedgwood or Blackwood. Don't know which. I think there was a time, certainly in the last decade, I would say it's probably gone away in the last year to 2, so maybe the 5 years before that, where it turned into what, hey, maybe this 2-goalie thing works. Allmark and Swayman. And
That feels like where it started, was those 2. Because they were just both tearing it up.
yeah, and both guys worked. And if you have chemistry in the net, both guys were excited for each other. And teams started to think, maybe we could do this. Maybe we can manage the workload of our goaltenders. But I see it coming back around now, where your number one's getting 60-plus starts. And like they want a guy to be able to lean on, because I think coaches, Pete DeBoer was the guy in Vegas at the time when he had to choose between Leonard and Fleury, and there was no right choice, And I even think it happened here with Fleury and Talbot. Like it's tough. Like how's a coach supposed to get the guy right? And then it becomes such a distraction that it pulls away from the rest of the team and the real message that the coach is trying to send in the playoffs. Like playoffs, you have so many cameras and microphones in front of your face and questions being asked. And the more noise that you can quiet, I think coaches desire that. Like, I'd rather not have a goalie controversy. I'd rather just be focused on, the team, So that's my thought on a 2-goalie league. I don't think it's that. I think going down the stretch, you're going to start to see one of the goalies become the goalie, and he's going to play, unless there's back-to-back, every playoff game, unless they go down 0-3, which I don't see happening, So now, does that make Volstead movable? Yeah, I do. I do think that. I don't think that scenario is what makes him movable. I think probably more that Philip Gustafson just signed an extension is what makes Volstead movable, And who knows? Like, let's just stir the pot a little bit. But Iowa's goaltender,
Elavage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elavage, wherever his name
just
is.
had a great day today.
Yeah, right?
Just had a great day.
I've seen enough.
Just had a great day.
Yeah, 18-year-old. He's 18, right? Or 19
Yeah,
or whatever.
he's 18 or
Bring him up.
He's young.
Yeah.
Bring him up now.
Cal
do
Peterson,
it.
too. He's in the mix.
He's solid.
And
Yeah.
not trying to stir the pot, but
Yeah.
maybe there's another guy. Maybe it's possible. And I do think if the Wild are going on and I don't mean to talk in circles and counter myself here, but if you're going on a deep playoff run, there is a pretty good probability that you're going to need a second goaltender. So I don't think you want to go in there with an E-bug, as your number 2. You want a guy that can come in and win games. Volstead is certainly that. He's proven that. So the tandem that they have now is great. And if they go in comfortable, that's awesome. I don't think you want to just get any old dude off the street either and say, like, it's Gustafson and, Jack.
Yeah.
No offense. Right? So if you're hoping to win a cup this year, I don't know.
Well, you can put me in when the goalie's pulled. So I'll just basically get in. You get the puck in the offensive zone, I just skate to the bench.
Just skate to the bench.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Just try to
You're
save
the empty
some-
net goalie.
I'm the empty net.
The empty net
The second empty netter.
Yeah.
When they put the goalie back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they put the goalie back out for
when
the
they bury 2 goals and it's like,
you're
all
on
right,
the
let's-
center ice face off,
Yeah.
then they get in the offensive zone, goalie comes back out.
Yes.
That's where you go.
And they
And you
shoot.
try it.
Yeah, they shoot off the draw.
You're the 3-goal empty net goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Cards caught me. I was practicing with the Frost, some of the reserves. I got my ass kicked in that skate. It was brutal. The trainer was laughing. The trainer thought I thought it was funny too, but the players were laughing at me, and it was well deserved because after 2 minutes of running drills, after about 20 minutes of running drills, I was pretty much crawling to the bench.
Throbbing, thighs
And
burning.
she's like, "Do you need electrolytes?" I'm like, "I need anything and everything." Should have taken Ambien.
Yes, please.
Yeah, right?
Or 20 hours of energy.
Yeah, right?
Taking a nap right there on
Both.
the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to the Wallstead trade thing. I think if you look at what the Wild have left in terms of assets, what's the most valuable one? It probably is Wallstead.
Yeah.
Without giving up too much, obviously,
Sarge, you wanna turn
giving
on that
away,
fan
you know,
quick?
guys assets you need, absolutely need,
Yeah.
You don't
And-
necessarily.
And I look at it probably similarly to how GMs now look at expansion drafts. Like, you have to come to terms with the fact that you're going to be giving up good pieces. So if the Wild want one of these big names that are thrown out there, Wallsted's probably like the biggest piece that you could trade. Now, is that a good decision or not? Again, I don't really know. But it's valuable. So I could see it happening. You look at a New Jersey, we've heard Heischer or Jack Hughes, or let's just play that one out. Yeah, that's a net where they have 2 35-year-old guys in the cage. And, hey, could we move one of these pieces for a cornerstone franchise goaltender? That becomes reasonable.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you say, like, okay, well, let's do Wallstead, and we need a centerman in return for Heischer, the Urov, and then maybe another piece of first, and I don't know, I haven't gone through the value of that, but it becomes feasible all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think the Wild are looking for a guy that can win faceoffs. I think it'd be ideal if for the next 20 games, Eric Sinek doesn't have to play terribly heavy minutes and kill himself, and they can balance out minutes and D-zone face-offs and penalty kill so that these guys are healthy going into playoff time too. I think there's a lot of value there. So I think centerman is the position that they're looking at. I think the way Tarasenko has played recently too probably quiets some of the we need a top 6 winger noise. Johansson and Tarasenko, they've both played, I think, above expectation this year.
Especially for what Johansson's making. It's crazy.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
the
And
value in the
nothing.
league.
And they both played above expectation.
Yeah.
So, like, it quiets the noise on the Wild are one top 6 winger away from being there. Like, they have pieces that can plug into a top 6 role, and if they're playing as hard as they were going into the break, they're fine. So centerman still might be the piece. So
Yeah.
that's
That's what it
long-winded
certainly
version of
feels
saying it.
like, though.
Well,
Yeah.
you think when he made the Quinn Hughes trade, you're like, this is definitely not the only move. He's got to complement this move by getting a centerman or a forward or whatever.
I'll stand on this hill, though. I actually think that might be enough.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So
That's gonna piss off some people. It's gonna.
Well,
no,
Billy's
we need
all-
one more guy. No.
Billy's,
I get it though.
Billy's all in.
Yeah.
My concern would be if you give up these assets to go all in this year, and I like Bill Guerin and all the moves that he makes and his ability to say, no, I'm going to give these guys an opportunity to win now. But I think at some point you do have to think about next year and the next year. So if you go all in, you'd have to almost make sure you get a guy with term. Yep. I don't think you'd want a pure rental that a guy's going to disappear forever.
Especially the names we're throwing around and the assets you'd have to give him.
Right.
You
if
want
you start giving up all these assets, you probably need a guy with term.
Yes.
So it starts to get scary on like how much you'd have to give up, and if you want to win next year, are you going to have assets to be able to get a piece that you might need because of injury or because of something else? Like, you need to preserve those assets to be able to get things, because your winning window is 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not 2 years, you know?
Yeah.
So you don't want to go I think it's already into the 2027 first round pick is what the Wild have left. You trade that at this deadline. Now your next pick is 2028. What's the value there, you know? And like how far out you going to go?
I mean, the Knights are doing it. They're going out. Pretty sure they just traded their 2040 first round pick.
And Billy has shown an ability to recoup some assets too. So like if Quinn Hughes doesn't resign, he probably knows I set the market on what Quinn Hughes is worth. So if he decides not to sign here, I'll ask for the same price and I'll get some assets back, right? Like there's asset management going on most likely, I would assume. But back to the point I was initially making, if they don't make another move, I still think that the team has a really good chance. My concern is Ryan Hartman is a Matt Dumba type of player to the locker room, to the team. And he was maybe arguably one of the better forwards players in the playoffs last year. Yeah. He's a gamer. He's built for those spots. So you bring in a guy that's top 6. It has to be somebody that is clearly better than Ryan Hartman, especially if Ryan Hartman isn't a piece that's moving out. Yeah. Because I think that just upsets the apple cart. Right. And now things, and this can happen. This has happened in locker rooms that I've been in where like we had a good thing chemistry-wise with social hierarchy, with playing time, power play time. Like everybody knew where they fit in and where they slotted, and it worked. And you throw another piece in there, and it becomes confusing, you know? And like, is so-and-so like directly better than Ryan Hartman? Maybe not. You know, now there's some controversy. Now there's some other stuff. So I actually wouldn't mind it. I still think the Wild would have a great chance to win the Stanley Cup if they don't make a move for another forward.
Content. Well, it's just like when you're playing NHL in franchise mode.
You don't want to shake up the team.
I've done it where you go off and you trade like 3 first-rounders to get a McDavid or something crazy that would never happen in real life, and you see that locker morale go down, and you see like a player, Eric Sinek, come up and say like, "Coach, I'm mad. I want to trade." Like, oh fuck, I thought getting this guy would solve everything.
Yeah,
you know?
I just think
I know what you mean though.
It has to be a
true.
name.
Yeah.
It has to be a name where Ryan Hartman gladly says, "Here, like I'll," and this is just a figure of speech and an illustration. Yeah, here's my spot.
Right.
You know,
I'll take a demotion.
Yeah. So like, let's say, and just to illustrate the point, if Wayne Gretzky's traded to your team, any number one centerman's going to walk over to him and say, "Hey, man, happy to have you.
Yeah.
Here's my spot.
Here's my stall. Here's my car."
Yeah. Or just like, you're the new top line centerman.
Yeah.
It has to be a name where it's obvious.
Yeah.
Where he is a player that
the guy.
He deserves the spot that I'm holding right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. I mean, like I said, I think hockey's every sport, obviously, you need good chemistry, but hockey, everything. I think chemistry is everything. And locker room chemistry and all that is huge because, I mean, look at the days when right before we got rid of, Cut Suter and Parisi, it was just a shit show in there from what I heard, you know. So you don't want to, I'm not saying bringing a guy that would create like an issue like that, but if it's not the right guy, it could throw things off.
Yeah, and I like a guy like Kadri. Another guy, like he's a centerman. He can score. He's depth. He's got some sandpaper.
Yeah.
But he's a guy that I think fits into that category where it's like, is he clearly better than Ryan Hartman? Now, coach can handle that a different way. Like, you could get a Kadri and put him on your third line to start, and then slowly try it. And if one works the other way, like, because Quinn Hughes talked about this when he was traded too. It's hard to walk into a room and be the alpha, you know. So sometimes
because everyone knows what the team gave up for him to be there.
Yeah,
it's not like he just showed up. Like,
and everybody wants to be a good guy. You don't want to walk into a team and be like, "I know you guys were good, but now it's about me.
I just got traded for 3 first-rounders.
Yeah.
What's up?"
And so now it's about me, right?
Yeah.
And guys don't want to be like that.
Right.
So sometimes you make a trade like that, it's okay to put him in a spot where maybe like third line kind of thing, and then if he's a good depth piece in the event something happens. So something like that possible, but yeah.
I was reading your notes. What is number 5, dude?
Oh yeah. I mean, this might go along with. I mean, have you been doing any undercover beer leagues lately, or competing in tournaments, running up some bodies lately? What's been going on?
No.
What are you doing on March 7th?
Yeah, what are you doing on March
You guys
7th?
have another one?
We're having a
Did you
tournament.
play in the
3-on-3
Stanley Cup
tournament.
this year?
The Minnesotan Cup?
Yeah. Is
we
that what
did-
it is now?
I think
in
it's what it's
Scandia?
called. Yeah, we didn't play in that. We played in the U.S. Pond Hockey Championships where we also got boat raced by teams, but it was still fun.
That was the same weekend as Hockey Day weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
it was.
Yep, same weekend.
And it was
yep.
so
And
cold,
Minnesota
right?
Cup.
I was at that Iowa Wild game Friday night, where it was the coldest outdoor pro game in history.
So you were training for the next day.
Yeah, and I got to see Hellavag in that.
Yeah, Uvalage, whatever, Uvala.
Lavi?
Yeah, Uvala,
Is that
whatever.
what it is?
I don't know. I mean, I was trying to. I was Alavi.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
probably way off.
Hellavage. It doesn't sound right saying it like that, but it sounds pretty cool though. Actually, at the same time.
Catches the rubber.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Catches the rubber. Hellavage. Oh man, the T-shirts we could do.
Oh, the Creme Line
Creme Line.
T-shirt's already on the website.
Creme line T-shirts there. That's right.
Yeah.
Creme line.
No more of those. Men's league that I played at was Monday night, 9:50 start. That became too much. Too much turnaround.
Yeah.
A lot of hockey games were on Monday nights during the year too, because they avoid Sunday because of football. So it was just it didn't work. So hung up the men's league skates.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dedicated your life to coaching now.
Yeah.
You really lucked out though by missing that. Was that 15-game road trip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 15 day.
15 day or yeah, not
7
game,
gamer.
day.
Yeah.
yeah.
Still.
7. Yeah.
Although it's a good compromise because it was through Southern California. They were
I
like
was gonna
staying at
say,
Pelican
or
Hill.
you got
They
to go
were
to Vegas.
golfing.
Yeah.
You know, like I went on the 9-dayer through Edmonton, Calgary, and Western Canada.
just
So you
everywhere
could
you wanna go on
argue
spring
I
break.
drew the short straw, even though I was home right after the break. But
Yeah.
no, that was a long trip.
I don't know how they didn't have like Stockholm syndrome or just like, what is it, where you've been gone so long where you don't even know what's what anymore, something like that. Because they went to Winnipeg, to Vegas, to San Jose, Anaheim, LA for 2 days. I mean, yeah, good places to go, but that's a long time to be away.
Yeah, and I think the killer was everything was in that trip looks good, but it ends in Seattle. So
Yeah, you're right. Then they went to Seattle.
So you're in LA for a 2 games in LA, not a back-to-back, but 2 and 3 days. But then 2 days off, day in Seattle for the game, then stay over to travel the next day. So it was like an extra 4 days. And those are the days where it's like, oh my gosh, this trip is getting long.
like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And I think it wasn't even that warm in LA when they were there.
No.
Right, the weather was poor.
Coats.
No.
Yeah, weather was poor, I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you're right, I got lucky.
Yeah, you did. Who ended up? Oh, was that Stalock that
Stalock,
went on
yeah,
that trip?
yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he's been great.
It's good having a tendy in the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good. He represents us well, I think. Us netminders.
Yeah.
I love it. Especially the shorter goalies.
Yeah.
The athletic guys?
We're in well, I'm not athletic, but
Is it possible to play goalie and be short and unathletic? No, you're athletic. You got to give yourself some credit.
Okay, a
come
little
on,
bit.
Jake.
I am the Bill Guerin did declare me the e-bug to the e-bug, so I'm right behind Beaupre.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's
The E
official.
squared bug?
So,
Like, what is that?
E squared bug, e-bug squared. Yeah, that sounds like it's more official. I like that title.
Jake, do you also have a question on there about Gopher hockey?
Yeah, I do, because they suck.
Yeah,
I know
what's-
you're an
what's going
MSU
on-
guy.
What's going on there?
But like, what the fuck is what is your take on what's going on? This is like the worst Gopher hockey team I've seen. Like, we know
Give
that
us
the
a full
perennial of
dissection.
the collegiate hockey in Minnesota. So I mean, they're just doing nothing.
I don't have I don't know because I haven't watched college hockey to be able to analyze like what's going on with the Gophers.
Oh, you don't need to be
Is it-
watching.
no,
it.
But
give
in
us-
general,
yeah.
college hockey landscape is changing, and I was talking about this a little bit on Hockey Day for the high school broadcast. NIL has changed high school hockey now. Like it's getting into high school. You know, I don't know the number. What was it? Maybe there's like upwards of 100 major junior players playing in Division I hockey this year.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
and vice versa, there were college players that are now going to end up playing major junior, and major junior has started paying players more to try to keep them around. And with that, now you get high school kids that are getting opportunities to make good money. We're talking like tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, to play major junior hockey in Canada. So there are guys that are going to be 9th and 10th grade studs that would ordinarily go the North American or the American path and go, all right, I want to play high school hockey, then maybe a year of junior, then play college. Now it's, oh, I can make money before college because these Canadian junior teams need to be able to still sell tickets and make money up there.
Yeah.
So now high school kids are being recruited out of Minnesota high school, going to major junior, knowing that they can still come back to college hockey. So the entire landscape is changing. How you recruit is entirely changing. Where coaches, and look at Mankato alone. Mankato used to say, I can't get, pick your prospect, Logan Cooley. We're not going to be able to compete with the University of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Ohio State. We're not going to get that guy, but we can do it different. And they'll pound pavement in Western Canada, and they'll get the really good, dedicated 19, 20-year-old guy, bring him to school, have him for 4 years, turn him into the player that can help the program, and then they build culture. And then the culture can help you win games against these 18, 19-year-old studs from the University of Minnesota. That was the philosophy, right? And how Minnesota recruited was, we can get Logan Cooley, we can get Brock Faber, we can get these guys, and we might only have them for a year or two. I think it's harder to build culture, and it's harder to build a program with that. So the headwinds in recruiting in college hockey are changing rapidly, and I think how they're handling NIL money, how they're handling probably the messaging about NIL money is changing, and I think you see it in the play in not just like the Gophers, but in every program around now, including high school even.
Without knowing what's going on with the Gophers, give a generic answer of what you think the problem is.
I would think the problem is that they're running into teams that are more mature. That would be my guess.
Because they're very young.
Oh.
They were recruited this was apparently a really talented recruiting class that Moscow is bringing in, but I think that's just I would probably agree with that.
All right.
They're bad. They're like 10 and 18.
Yeah,
That's the ones I've seen.
Just look at if you look at college hockey from a similar lens that you look at the NHL hockey, there's just more people that follow it. You can have a really good draft class and a really good rookies, and they're going to come in. It takes them three. Look at Boldi. Look at his trajectory.
Yeah.
When he came, he wasn't ready for it. Like, you might have an unbelievably skilled recruiting class, but it might take 3 years. The problem with a team like the Gophers is they're never going to have that guy for 3 years.
'Cause he's gonna go.
That kid's on a different path.
Yeah.
Like, the Gophers are a stepping stone. It's not a destination where, like, a Minnesota State is a destination for some players. Like, I'm going to be there 4 years. Like, I'm not looking necessarily to hit the transfer portal and find a different opportunity, In some ways, I think Minnesota State uses the portal the opposite way. They'll take the disgruntled Gopher.
Yeah.
They'll take the disgruntled guy and say, we'll create a place for you. Like, this
Get minutes.
This will be home for you. This is a family. Like, you'll fit in, and those guys become good players, good pieces, and then you get the most out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks. Minnesota used to be like that, I feel like, in the Blake Wheeler days, and when the early Dan Lucia before he probably got stern in his ways, but yeah, it sucks.
Let's talk Olympics.
Yeah.
So U.S. men's team plays their first game versus Latvia tomorrow. What do you like about the U.S. team, the way it's built?
Geez, what don't you like?
Seriously.
I look at both Canada and the U.S.'s rosters, and I'm like, as a coach, I'd love to be a fly on the wall and just listen to how they put lines together. Like
I know,
what makes you think this one's gonna work? They all look like they're gonna work, but
draw names out of a hat, it'd probably work.
Right?
Yeah, and that might be
draft.
the best thing to do.
Draft the lines.
Just throw darts today, and that's the line.
Yeah.
Who gets to play the middle? Who plays wing? Who plays
he plays
right?
defense. No, he can play right wing. He's fine. His team's stacked.
Yeah. But
I mean, not really, but
I think I've got a closer lens on Boldi, on Faber, on Quinn Hughes. And it's interesting. Boldi at the Four Nations, first game, played 12 minutes, might have been the fewest of a forward. And then the gold medal game, played more minutes than any other forward. And Sullivan and Cole thought, like, man, this guy has really surprised. Like, we didn't know how good he is, so they gave him more opportunities to turn it on. Now you hear the reports he's on the top line.
Yeah.
And what intrigues me, though, is he's playing the right side. Again, with these guys, Gensel. And Gensel's, historical goal scorer, smart player. Is Boldi going to be able to get from the back end of the forehand to feed these guys, and what that looks like? Would he be better on the wing? Could he play the middle? So those are kind of the storylines that are intriguing to me a little bit. Like right now, Hughes and Faber aren't together.
Yeah.
And they're going with that, what was it, Slavin and Faber combo?
Yeah, because they was so good in the Four Nations.
Yeah.
They were like the best pairing in the entire tournament.
Right.
So, yeah, why would you break that up?
So what intrigues me is, and I believe the tournament comes down to this, there are going to be really hard choices for the coaches, and whichever country manages those decisions the best wins it. Let's look at Canada's roster. You've got Sidney Crosby. I actually think they have him slotted in a good spot. Third line right now, right?
Yeah, because second line is McKinnon, first line is McDavid, right?
Right.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, he is the third best center on that team. Right now.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's Sid.
Right.
And it's Macklin Celebrini, and maybe you want to keep Sid in the
And
the
Tom
middle
Wilson
no matter what.
on the first line, which is, it's a little bit of everything.
And so you start to look at that roster, and you're like, there are really good young players, and if they're having a better tournament, are you going to be able to give PP1 minutes to Macklin Celebrini over a Sid Crosby, over some of these guys? And you look at the Four Nations, Cooper, he did a good job in net. Binnington wasn't great, stuck with him, had a gut feeling that this guy's a gamer, big game, and he delivered. Tough choice because they could have won and lost on that decision alone, right? So tough decision, handled well, they win. I think the tournament comes down to something similar. Yeah. Can they give the minutes to the guys that are hot? Can they maybe sit a Sid Crosby, a Drew Doughty, and move somebody else in there? And I'm not saying that has to happen. Those guys might have great tournaments. But tough decisions, I think, will pop up. And the country that's most willing to make the harder decisions, I think, gives them the best chance to win. So on the U.S. roster, is it Matt Boldi's our best forward? Is it, let's give Ottinger a different, a game or two games, or let's just say he's the guy, like making a tough decisions. Those are the easy ones on the surface, but that's what I'm going to be looking for. Like, what are the tough choices and which coach is more willing to make them?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great.
The net thing is interesting with the U.S. because Hellebuck, I believe, is not having as good of a year as Ottinger, but Hellebuck was your guy in Four Nations and played pretty well in every game.
He just seems like he's like a Jordan Binnington in the playoffs kind of guy. I feel like Connor Hellebuck.
Well, he's the opposite of Jordan Binnington in the playoffs.
Well, I'm talking about like Jordan Binnington.
Yeah, wait, what?
Well, Jordan Binnington has been historically bad in the regular season. And
You're talking reverse Binnington.
Right, I'm talking about
these are like the playoffs.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying is Hellebuck when he's in these situations,
Yeah.
in like a playoff or competition like situation, you can just trust him.
So-
Say a Justin Thomas on the Ryder Cup,
Right.
Or I'm saying like there was
He
those
elevates his play,
Right,
Except for the Jets in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah.
How about this solution?
But Hellebuck is a trustworthy, credible guy.
And that's
in
the thing.
situations,
Yeah.
I would just say, like he has the experience.
So what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over again and thinking
You're going to get a different result.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay.
Connor Hellebuck.
I'm cool with that because I
like
it's
him.
Connor Hellebuck. It's Connor Hellebuck. It's Connor Hellebuck. He hasn't won the big game.
right.
Are we going to try something different?
Yeah.
And
What if you do this?
try different experiments, see a different result.
Okay,
Now Hellebuck
yeah.
is great, and he has the pedigree to be like your number one. He's been the best goaltender over the last decade
Right.
Yeah.
in the U.S. There's actually no debate.
Well, it was like in 2010 where, like, don't get me wrong, I think Ryan Miller was a fantastic goalie, but I didn't think he was like the best goalie in the NHL by any means, but he was a guy you trusted in that position to be like in
and
the
that was
US
what
goalie.
Binnington did. Yeah,
right.
And you're saying Hellebuck is that guy where like you can trust him to be able to figure it out. Like maybe he didn't have a great game in the Four Nations gold medal game, or maybe he with the Jets hasn't had his best when it matters the most. But looking at his pedigree, you almost have to double down and say it's coming.
But it is scary to think of like you're trying to force something that maybe isn't there. And
Well,
it's
think
not
about
gonna
this,
work out.
ready?
But I mean,
The pressure will be on the U.S. net. The pressure will be on.
Yeah.
If Hellebuck isn't like if he gives up a couple of soft ones in the medal round or in the quarters, like who knows if I don't know how it'll all shake out. But when it becomes win or go home, if he gives up a couple soft ones, but they squeak by whomever they're playing, the conversation it will be a headline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say with how good Hellebuck is in the regular season, not the playoffs. You start Hellebuck all 3 pool play games.
Right.
And then you throw Ottinger in for the bracket games.
We're going to save ourselves the
That's
misery. We know how this happens.
Because I know you need to get him experience, but it is kind of funny to think.
And that's what I think Vegas was back to what I was saying. When you have 2 goaltenders, you really don't have one.
Yeah.
That's what Vegas had to do in the Wild series. Remember, I think it was they had to give Fleury Game 7. And that became a massive issue.
Yeah,
remember?
was that when we had Talbot? Or what?
Well, no, this was actually Fleury was
Bubble?
with Vegas.
With Vegas.
This one Fleury was with Vegas. It was Leonard.
That's right.
Leonard. They didn't trust him, and then it was we got to go with Fleury, and it paid off for them.
Yeah,
they won it. But it's a tough decision to have to make. Saying, okay, he's never been in the spot. We didn't give him looks through the preliminary round, but now when the pressure's on and the lights are the brightest, we got to go to him. So I think we'll know right away if Ottinger gets Game 2. You'll know that there's some anxiety in terms of who's going to be playing goal in the medal round. If it's Hellebuck, then I think they're like, he's the guy we're going with it. Yeah.
Could probably play Swayman against the Netherlands. I don't even know they played hockey. We play them Saturday, the Netherlands.
Is it the Netherlands we play Saturday?
I think so.
That's the other hard part about the U.S. is that they seem to have the weakest pool. Would you guys agree with that?
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's Germany, who I think will be decent, but very top-heavy. The Netherlands and Latvia, who I guess Latvia, like, on the junior side has been a lot better the last few years, but
eventually it's got
to
catch
like
up
the
to
pro
them,
side, it's nowhere even near.
That's another thing that is intriguing to me about the Olympics is Germany's very top heavy.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. Denmark. But you might be able to get away with playing 2 lines
just double
4D.
Double shift Draisaitl and Sturm will probably be.
They're going to know that that's their best chance. They're going to do it. Now, is the U.S. or is Canada going to be able to do that? Are they going to be able to say, like, no, I'm going to spread my minutes out because I have to get, I got to get Sid 17 minutes.
Right.
It's intriguing.
Yeah.
It really is. Because these countries that seem like they're not as good, they're just as good with their top couple of lines. Mm-hmm. And if they just commit to rolling those guys, anything could happen. And now all of a sudden you start to get some decent matchups against guys that are sitting or in different roles. If the big rosters of the U.S. and Canada are managing their minutes, trying to keep things fair.
Slovakia did it to Finland today.
Yeah, exactly.
Finland was really well spread. Slovakia was top heavy. They won 4-1 because their best players were just in a groove.
Boom, boom, boom. And they rolled them probably. But if you look at time on ice, their top players played more.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right. Denmark.
Yeah,
Denmark, Latvia, and Germany.
Yeah, Denmark. Which, all have, Germany is going to have Draisaitl. It's going to have some
Stützle.
Yeah.
Mo Seider.
Yeah, so like you said,
Grubauer in the cage.
Yeah, I suppose he's German.
Yeah, like we were listening today when they were mentioning between Slovakia and Finland. They're like, Finland has 24 NHLers and Slovakia has 7. I was thinking to myself, that doesn't usually mean you're going to see one team just blow out another team based on the NHL player discrepancy.
Well, and then in the game after that, you had Sweden and Italy, and Sweden had outshot Italy 60-20, but there was a point where it was a 1-goal game for a long time.
Because it's like Italy, full of guys that still probably play high at a respective European level, but they were just out there stringing some things together. They were, you could tell they weren't as flashy or nearly as talented, but they're playing positionally well. And these guys are all experienced hockey players in the end that are playing in the Olympics. So it's like it's gonna be tough no matter who you play, honestly.
Yeah. And good. Like you look at Sweden's top 2 lines, like their talent up front in their top 2 groups is probably pretty close to on par with the U.S. Where the U.S. pulls away is line 3-4, but how are you going to turn that into a competitive advantage if the other team's rolling those top 2 lines? Hope that they fatigue. If they don't, then you might be in trouble. Not really, because the U.S. has so many good players, but
5 minutes into the game today, 5 Italian dudes just ganging up on Eriksson. Throwing elbows in his face. It's like it doesn't matter if it's the NHL, if it's international play. People are going to try to punch him in the face.
This guy's face.
It's incredible. He's such a rat. I'm so glad he plays for us.
Yeah,
because he's got to be just the worst to play against.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to punch him in the face.
I don't think there are any other fans that dislike him because he's not like a rat.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a Brad Marchand.
Yeah, he's not licking your face. He's not showing you up. He's not doing something dirty behind the play. He just is hard nosed.
Right.
So players that play against him are like, I'm tired of this guy. Every shift
pisses him
he's
off.
on top of me, and then eventually they boil over and they hit him. Right?
Yeah.
And then he just touches the lip, he's bleeding, and he's like, come on, ref, and then they call nothing. You know?
Well, hey, Abby Murphy's taking that role for the women's. She drew like what, four penalties yesterday?
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
That was a sick pass she had too behind the back.
That women's team looks like a wagon.
They're just out shooting
Their
everybody
tournament.
by
It's their
30.
tournament to lose. Like I
don't know how they
It's
can.
going to take a lot.
When you boat race Canada, so have you seen the numbers on that? Like I don't know, but like the last, we'll call it 30 international events, it has been Canada or the U.S. that have won it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think it only has been Canada or the U.S.
Yes.
Majority
And-
Canada.
yeah.
I think Sweden was in one
It's like
gold
15,
medal game.
15 to
and they
2
lost.
or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and the U.S. team has not given up a goal since the second period of the first game. They've outscored their opponents 20-1 in the first 4 games, first 4 games. And the last time another team scored on us was the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah. They're a wagon.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's impressive. Well, like I was shocked to see when they showed the track record of them. I didn't realize how many times they've actually lost to Canada in the gold medal game.
Yeah.
It's always been every year losing. And then I think Canada was without their best player.
Yeah, she was
Marie
hurt.
Philip,
yesterday,
but I'm like,
which
that would have
helped,
made
but
a
it would-
difference. No.
Maybe it's 4-1.
I'm like, you can tell that I was just thinking like you could tell this woman's from Canada, Marie Philip.
Yeah.
Like this seems like the Canadian, like the best Canadian
best
woman player. Yeah,
Isn't it the last name Poulin or something?
Yeah, Marie
names.
Philip Poutine.
Oh, she's definitely
Yeah, that's what I read.
definitely from Quebec.
Yeah, you could tell she's from. I'm just thinking Shorzy, just all the names they throw out there.
Syrup
Jean-Jacques, Jean-Jacques,
Yeah.
JJ Frankie, JJ. Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's what I thought. Like Marie Philip Poulin, which I was just reading Poutine. Sorry, Canada. I'm like, is out. I'm like, this is the most Canadian name I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's like Terrence and
She
Philip.
has to work on the syrup farm. She has,
right.
She had to get back home
She
for
has to go back to the syrup farm.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey,
Quebec.
it's really good syrup time right now, though. If you guys,
Is it, you know that? You know the syrup
a syruper?
seasons? Syrup connoisseur?
Yeah, trees.
no, I do have trees now. I'm starting. I keep bees, so I've got the honey.
Oh,
wow.
But
That's impressive.
My family thought, hey, let's have them get into another natural sweetener. So, like as a Christmas gift, I got like a startup kit for maple
Okay.
syruping, and right now is like perfect time. Above 32 during the day, below 32 at night.
I would never
So go
know.
tap your trees.
Okay.
Go tap them.
My parents have a maple tree. I'm gonna see if I
Tap
can go
it.
out there and just tap it. Go out
Tap
there and
it.
tap
I'm gonna
it.
see you.
fill a
I'm
bucket.
gonna see you walking around Loggers Trail, tapping
Tap it.
all the trees
Yeah.
on the back.
Yeah, right. It's like, what are you doing? Getting
Come on,
syrup.
Happy. Tap it in.
Is
Yeah.
it like one of those kits where does the syrup actually taste good that comes out of it?
No.
Or is it like okay?
have to
I was
sweeten
gonna
it,
say it's
though?
kind of like when people
No, you
are
don't
like,
sweeten it. You have to reduce it.
Okay.
So I think it's like 40 gallons to 1. So you would need 40 gallons to get 1 gallon of syrup.
Whoa.
You've got to reduce it down that
yeah.
much.
Because I was gonna say when you said you got a kit, it kind of reminds me of when friends are like, "Hey, I got a brewer set
Yeah.
for my garage. You want to try some?" I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I know that's gonna taste like absolute
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You end up making something
That's
like
exactly
close
what
to
it is.
gasoline.
Hey man,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
right.
made this in my garage. It's in a
Yeah.
mason jar. You want to
Yeah.
try it? Like, I'm good.
Where did
Yeah.
you buy this kit?
Yeah.
I don't know, the dollar store, Amazon,
Yeah.
Wish,
It's
Temu.
good moonshine
cool.
weather
That's
out
cool
there.
though. It's
No, that's-
cool that,
that's
like,
neat, though.
You know,
You're probably doing it right though.
You're
We're not saying
doing-
you bought
you're-
like some
you're-
cheap
Well, we
kit.
were just talking about maple syrup, and I had sent a text out today. I guess, is the forecast good for maple syrup? It is. It's ideal right now. So if you guys are into it, tap your
Okay.
That's
trees.
great. They should, I didn't know there was like a maple syrup forecast and
it's like a
perfect time for it. I thought it was like seasonal. I always pictured it just like middle of summer or something. That's when you can go
Might be
out,
a,
it's warm, but
might
I
be a
don't know.
little early because the ground's still frozen. I don't really know, but
Yeah.
no, it's got to be right now.
yeah.
Tap
that would
trees.
That makes sense.
That's one thing
tap
we learned today.
trees.
Is gotta start tapping some trees.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Oh man.
Now you know.
What did you think on the U.S. leaving Caulfield and Robertson at home? I know that was kind of the big storyline.
Back to, I don't know if these lines are real or not, but Bill Guerin said something to the effect that like we're building like a winner, we're picking a team, not the best 12 players.
It goes
something
back
to that
to
effect.
like Herb Brooks. Like, I'm not looking for the best ones. I'm looking for the right ones. And he made that comment on Chicklets or whatever about, he's like, look, if you want to just go and pick off by stats one by one, then why do you need me? That's
Right.
my job for it.
Right.
He's true. You're looking for guys who have been there, who got the experience, who fit together, work together. There's all these combination of things rather than just picking the top guy and going down a list, you know, and points. You can't do that.
Right.
So
And there are arguments similar north of the border, like Scheifele not getting a sniff. He's had a great year. Other guys not getting a look. You know, I think there was some chatter that maybe Hyman would be a guy that would go.
that one was that was a big one.
Yeah, instead of like a Scheifele.
Yeah.
So both clubs have kind of had to make decisions based on, and it does make sense. Like Robertson in Dallas, great year. He's scoring a lot. You know, is skating his calling card? I don't think so. You know, like shooting is.
Yeah.
You know, the power play is. But would he be in that spot? Maybe not. You know, so is there a guy that might be better at killing a penalty and like throwing a check? Yeah, there probably is. You know, so those are the easy answers, but they're probably the most truthful answers too, right? On those guys. And Caulfield, the smaller guy, can score. You know, I think he does a good job finding open ice, but is he ready to find open ice against Canada's best? Maybe not, you know. Like maybe if he had the frame that, because these guys are going to be compared forever, Boldi and Caulfield, because they were picked, 2 apart? Mm-hmm. And the Wild obviously passed on Caulfield. So they're going to be looked at and their stats compared probably forever. And where Boldi, I think, is better right now is just purely size and the style of play. Like, he's a big body. He knows how to use it now. He can finish, but he can also set somebody up. He can also control play. We've seen on the PK this year where he's become a factor at the blue line, getting breakaways the other direction and just disrupting everybody on their entries. Like, he's got elements to his game based on his size and the style of play that not every player brings, right? And I think Caulfield's probably, from their stats, very similar, but the things that they do very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and reality is there's just always going to be players left on the cutting room floor. That's just how it is, and people got to just deal with it and suck it up and stop complaining.
Or you gotta have alternates ready. What's
Yeah.
this? Who's the Canadian defenseman who said if my wife goes into labor, I'm leaving the tournament? So they have. I think Schaefer is probably like an emergency defenseman for Canada because I can't remember who is it.
He's got, like, wouldn't that be something? He's like pitched a tent right outside Olympic Village because he can't go in yet.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
it's funny because it's almost like, remember when Scotty Scheffler was like, yeah, if I'm leading the Masters and my wife goes into labor, I'm withdrawing.
I'm just leaving.
I can't remember it's
Yeah,
a
I forgot.
defenseman on
Yep.
Canada who's like, yeah, my wife is close to going to labor and I will leave the tournament. And so,
Well, don't all of them have alternates?
yeah, I think
Like,
I think
They
so.
have extras.
They have extras, they call them.
I think what they have is extras.
Yeah.
And then if somebody's permanently gone, and I don't know based on what the timing is of that, then they can call in somebody else. You know what I mean? Like they can't. I don't think that they can have somebody on call right now as an extra.
Right.
Because they have 2 extra D
Yeah,
and a couple extra forwards already.
Yeah, they
to
already
handle
gotta
those
fill up the roster.
situations. Now, if somebody goes out and is going to miss the rest of the tournament, then maybe they can call somebody
To
over.
be an extra.
That's why I'm like, Schaefer's pitched a tent outside Olympic Village because he's like, I'm just going to be acclimated to the time change just in case.
Hey, if there's a chance I can even remotely play in the Olympics, I'm ready to go.
He's hiding under the Kachuk's bed,
Yeah.
Well, no,
sleeping in the dark.
Camped out under the giant ski hill.
Or you watch one of the cross-country skiing competitions, you'll see his tent in the background.
Hey,
Yeah.
can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the guy.
Have you guys been talking about this?
The guy-
but I
the-
know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but
guy
this
going-
is disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
I
Uphill?
can't watch it.
With the shit all over his, like the...
I-
Yeah.
Wait.
yeah, like
Wait, what?
Not all over
either
his
they
face?
don't know how to spit,
Yeah.
or
That? Oh.
or
I did not.
or
see
their
this.
noses run in like incredibly fast
Yeah.
in a large amount. You haven't seen this?
I haven't seen.
Dude.
I thought you were.
Well, I was
talking
watching
about
it live, so I haven't seen like a social clip. They look like they're rabid beasts, like they're foaming at the mouth, and
Well-
you're like, "This is a rabid cross country skier." Like, It doesn't make sense. I'm like, and give yourself a wipe, buddy.
I know, right?
Like, how do you not feel a loogie dangling from your chin?
Well, look, it was a beard of loogies.
It's a
like it
beard
was
of
molding
loogies.
to his face, almost like a loogie face mask.
What should I
And
search?
I don't know how NBC's like, let's keep this on
Well, they
TV because
zoomed
I
in on
can't
him.
even watch.
Like, he's
I'm
coming-
like, that's disgusting.
I forgot. Did that guy win gold? I think he won. It was one of the Norwegians, or he got silver or something.
Yeah.
It was funny because they were doing a slow motion video of him coming in, and you saw there was a lady in the crowd that was like cheering, and I immediately saw her face because you knew she saw it on
Yeah.
his face, and it was. I mean, there was a couple other guys that came in, you could see it a little bit, but this guy's face, it was horrible.
It's like the dog from Sandlot.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like
He was Rabbit or Cujo or whatever. It was brutal. And I remember like they gave him a paper towel, wiped it off his face. You
It
could
still didn't come off.
You could still see some glistening just from his snot on his face. It's like, bro, how does this happen? Like, I know. I get like you're using a lot of power, endurance, and all that stuff, and you're breathing heavy and you're in the cold, but I've never really seen that before.
no. And if you want me to watch, you gotta clean up a little bit.
We got to try to find it.
I'm
but
still trying to find. I thought you guys were gonna talk about the dude who went like
Berserk.
a 6-minute mile uphill.
Well, that guy was a machine. I don't know his name. What was he?
blowing
Norwegian?
snot?
No.
I see a lot of memes.
No, that
related
guy
to the
was
snot
that guy was
blowing.
clean. He is setting so many standards. He went up the hill like on a sprint.
Yeah.
And it was close. Like let's say he probably had like a 10-meter lead on the American guy.
Yeah.
And then he just was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit the nitrous. And he went up the hill like sprinting. And then next thing you know, the camera zooms out.
This guy.
Yeah.
He's just chugging along.
Yeah. No slobber.
Yeah, no, he's clean.
But then
He's
he
clean.
gets like a 300-yard lead, and then he coasts down the final 100 to just let the American finish like 3 yards behind him. It was like the biggest cross-country flex I've ever seen.
Do these dudes work full-time jobs still? I feel like they do.
Yeah, they're snipers for the military.
They are, because some of them do have to shoot guns on those triathlons or whatever.
Biathlons, yeah, those are.
Unless there's
so fun.
there's year-round tournaments that are supplying their income.
Well, yeah, I know there are World Cups and championships and tournaments in almost all these sports we see, but it
I would
can't be
just find
enough
it funny
give
to
them
see
enough
this
money.
video of this guy, sprinting.
We gotta try to find
a
it.
6-minute mile uphill, and people are like, "Oh yeah, he works in a factory on an assembly line.
Yeah.
Like that's what he does the rest of the year. But he's here now and he's winning gold."
Well, I know like the gal on the mixed doubles on the curling team that got silver.
Yeah,
she
from Duluth.
She's like a lab tech full time.
Really?
Yeah, just a lab tech. It's
Corey's
crazy.
heartbroken for the Corys.
How about
that
the
sucks.
billionaire that said, and again, I don't know if this is AI or not.
Oh, yeah.
We don't
said
know.
he's going to give every U.S. athlete like 200
Oh,
grand.
I saw that.
100 grand like in cash, and then 100 grand in like an annuity or in like a retirement plan or something like
Yeah.
that. You see
Yeah,
that
like
too?
a
I didn't see
401k.
that.
It's gonna, yeah, it's going to amount to be like $100 million or something
That's
like
sweet. Good. That's awesome.
So is he actually doing that? I saw him talk about doing it.
that. I don't know how
See,
you.
if I was a billionaire, I would say stuff like that and then just not follow through with it. Because
Michael
a lot of
Scott.
people like us would be like, yeah, like Scott's
Tots. Yeah, yeah. It turns out I made a promise, and yeah, not gonna happen. Yeah, we'll have to try to find it. We'd have to find the name of the guy.
I saw a
Everybody
lot.
says
I saw a
Norwegian.
lot of memes of
Yeah.
really ugly-looking people and saying this is what it's like watching cross-country skiing. Haven't found any actual clips yet. I don't even know if
Dude,
it's,
cross country. I did cross country skiing last year for the first time in a long time, and it's super fun. But
where'd you do it?
you can do it at really any of those like local parks. I did it at Highland Hills
Okay.
Park Reserve around like Bush Lake or whatever, and you can go to like
You
Clearly.
own skis?
No, you can rent them.
Oh,
you rent
you
them there. They actually rent them there. It's really cheap to do. It's
Okay.
like $15, and
Yeah.
it's so hard.
Oh yeah.
It's insane. You watch these guys do like a 7 or 8 mile race.
Found it?
I found an image.
I
found it. I found an image.
Dude, but it was gross in real time
That
because
looks-
it was
'Cause it's-
like slobbering off.
Yeah, it was like dangling.
It's like a Tim Robinson ski.
Yeah, dude. And he was coming off smiling, and it's like, dude. and
But
they
more
kept
than
zooming
one
in
guy
on him.
had it, so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
that's
thing.
super- Yeah. Oh, you saw it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
More than one of the guys had it. So it's
No,
like
for sure. He had it the worst, but there were a
It's
couple guys behind
frozen
him.
on-
Yeah.
yeah, there were others that had it like dangling.
It was like dangling off their chin, and
And they're doing close-up shots.
yeah.
NBC is like, yeah, we got to zoom in on his
it's like we
face.
got to zoom in because we got to get the celebration shot. Like it's like, oh my gosh, you could see some people in the crowd look disgusted. Like,
It's like,
what's
okay,
wrong?
Well,
It's like, well, you try to cross country ski for
Throwing
8
up in my
miles.
mouth looking at the image again.
I know. It's actually. I watched it. I'm like, this is.
they just
disgusting.
they do not give a fuck.
But like, they're doing crazy shit over on skis for 8 miles. Like
Quinn
whatever.
Hughes is going to start
Yeah.
doing that. It's too much
In terms
energy
of
to.
athleticism, peak.
Yeah, it definitely is. It one of the. I mean, just having done it before, I'll go a quarter of a mile and I'm dead.
Yeah.
These guys do it for 8 miles and go uphill, downhill, and it's nuts. So I don't even like they have snot coming out. It would probably be blood for me.
Yeah.
I'd be hemorrhaging or something if I try to do a race like that.
You have some guys who have the snot coming out and all that. Then there's other athletes like Quinn Hughes who just stand at the blue line.
Oh, yeah. Just like doing crazy shit spins and around guys and going in and scoring, and he doesn't even look like he lost his breath.
Oh.
It's crazy.
That's like Scott Niedermayer. Played with him in Anaheim, and he was similar to Quinn Hughes. He'd play 30 minutes, all 5 in overtime, and then he'd wear a gray T-shirt underneath his gear, so you can't hide sweat in a gray T-shirt. No. You see it clear as day. He would come off, and he'd have like the Iron Man, you know, that little circle he has of the light? It would be that size sweat right in the middle. That was it. No shoulder sweat, no back sweat, nothing. Just in the middle of his chest, like the cavity of his chest, one circle the size of a puck.
That's
I'm
insane.
like, how's he do that? 30 minutes. Like, I look at the ice, I start sweating.
Yeah,
I know.
You're tying your skates and you're already drenched.
I'm getting nowadays like in beer league, like I'm sweating after I'm getting just bending down to tie my skates.
Oh, after you tie your skates,
You know?
you gotta like sit back up
You're
and
like,
take a few breathers.
Dude, there was a guy on one of my teams a couple years ago. He was an older gentleman, or maybe 50. He would just sound like he was struggling just to get ready. He's like, I can't get ready anymore, man. I can't get ready. I'm like, dude.
Gonna have you tie his skates for him.
I say this too, like, it's weird. I'm getting older and shrinking, so technically I'm getting closer to the ground, but the ground is getting further away. Like I can't reach it anymore.
Right.
You know, like I can't get my shoes. Yeah. I'm like, hey honey, can you get me slip-ons for Christmas? You know?
Yeah, you're coming
I'm
ultimate
not
dad.
tying anytime. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you get me Velcro?
I can't.
I'm shrinking, getting closer to the ground, but the ground's getting further away at the same time.
So you
It's a
mean
conundrum.
you used to be able to touch your toes?
And tie my shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah,
a
no,
struggle.
I've never been able to do that.
Now you're
I
breaking
can't-
your back.
I sit in a chair. I have a chair specifically in my living room for tying my shoes. I'm not even kidding.
I can still
Can you put your
still
socks
do
on
that,
standing
but
up?
it's
That
tough.
should be that's an athletic achievement.
God.
Can you put your socks on standing up?
I can still do it,
my
but it's getting
hamstring.
tougher every year, man. It's seriously to bend down to like actually tie my shoes. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can still do it, but I feel like I'm gonna pull something.
Or when you're tying.
That's why you're the e-bug of the e-bug.
I know, right?
though.
But I have that much flexibility. I have just enough flexibility.
How about this one? When you're a goalie and you're trying to tie your skates, but you already have your breezers on, so you have a really thick level of breezers, and then you have a barrel around your gut, and you're trying to bend down to tie it.
I feel like
Your arms are too short, so you gotta like T-Rex it down there, and your calves hurt. Dude,
I feel like I'm gonna get stabbed. Like my stomach is just gonna get cut. It's so bad.
Have you guys ever had non-Minnesotans on the podcast and talked about breezers?
no.
Why do they-
Minnesotans are the only ones that call them breezers.
because they call them hockey pants.
Pants.
Or
Everywhere
pants.
else, yeah. It took me a while to get accustomed to it.
Well, I've noticed that too before, like when growing up, like looking online for breezers, like there wouldn't be a breezers section on the website or whatever. It'd be pants.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
But the argument is like breezers. Like, why would you call them breezers? And that's a good argument.
It is.
But also,
but then again, they aren't a pant.
they're shorts.
They're not pants either.
They're thick.
They're
I
breezers.
counter that
They're
argument with,
oversized shorts.
well, how the hell you call them pants?
Yeah, right.
We're both wrong.
When I hear hockey pants or
they're hockey
pants,
Hockey shorts.
I'm thinking of athletic pants to wear under your equipment. You know.
Protective
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah. Right?
Speaking, the Italian team today was wearing all Nike stuff. Does Nike still make hockey stuff,
And it did. And
or
for
was that
Italy,
like
apparently.
a custom thing?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the goalie at first. Then I look at every other player's hockey shorts.
I
and
don't
they're all
see
Nike
I
logo.
don't
I'm
see
like,
Nike stuff, but I think it might be possible. I don't know when it changed hands. Nike had purchased Bauer at one point in time.
Yeah.
So it's possible that Nike owns the Bauer brand.
in Italy,
And
or
then they can
something?
just-
like
They
overall.
Custom make.
They just switch it back. So I think in order to have gear like in the NHL,
Yeah,
you probably have to pay to have your brand in there.
right.
You know, so like you couldn't have 10,000 Takes hockey equipment and sell it at Strauss Skate and Bike and then have somebody use it in the NHL. Like you have to sign a licensing agreement to have the equipment
Right.
in there.
I'll ask AI so we purposely get
Yeah.
this wrong.
Yeah. Right. See how accurate it is.
Ask if Nike owns Bauer.
Yeah.
I think it may.
Which yeah, they did because they
Or
bought.
Nike Nike maybe sold it off.
Does Nike?
Yeah,
own
Bauer. Yeah, look up.
hockey.
This is good podcast.
Oh, this is really good. This is really good stuff.
People wanna
Boys
know
are-
this.
Sarge is over here like, great, I
learning.
gotta edit these guys'
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
AI searches.
Skip by this.
Story of Bauer.
Sarge is gonna toss you guys.
Oh, Bauer's parent company is Peak Achievement Athletics,
It's not even.
which sounds like one of the. That almost sounds like one of the illegal daycares that
I
got
was about to
busted
say
for fraud.
Quality Learning Center.
Peak Achievement Athletics. You go to the door and there's just no one in there. It's like a dark building. Yeah, I don't.
How
I
about
don't.
hockey
I guess
equipment
not.
companies? R.I.P. Easton. Remember Easton?
Reebok.
Like the Synergy. Reebok.
I got
Yeah.
Reebok Breezers still. Pocket
Branches. You remember the old Branches sticks back in the day?
Oh yeah, the Reebok
Montreal
ones?
sticks.
Oh yeah, I still.
Christian Brothers.
The Christian Brothers stick and the
Coho.
red, white, and blue ones too.
There was some cool names.
Sherwoods.
Sure was.
Coho was the real deal. Supra. Remember those breezers?
Yep, Supra and
Takla.
Jofa.
Jofa.
TPS. Are they still making
Yeah,
stuff?
TPS.
Yes.
I miss Eagle gloves.
Eagle.
Yeah, there was some old great. I love the original Vapor sticks that came out, like the Vapor 30 that was like neon green and white. That was like the stick everybody fucking wanted. And
What do you think about all the white sticks that kids are using these days? I think they look like shit.
I
They look like street hockey sticks.
So I had to go get my daughter a new pair of skates, and I've warmed up to them, but the new Vapor skates have the white heel too. You know.
yep,
And initially, I didn't like that even at all. So I had to go get my daughter a new pair of skates, and Vapor was the line that she was in, and the newest ones had the white heel, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't let you wear those.
yeah.
So I had to get her last year's skate.
Arts is just spray painting
Yeah,
the heels.
I had to get her
Wow.
last
That's
year's
not
skate because I
hockey.
was like, "You're not a white skate kind of player."
No.
You know, like
No. You're not one of those people.
Then you might as well
Those-
get white
we're not
gloves
doing
and
that.
white. Yeah.
Those are the people that are like either the hotheads and they're not great at hockey at all and think they're better, or you look like the parent that is trying to, I don't know, fill the void of them. They're not that good, but you give them like the better
If I
equipment to make
spend
them look.
$600, they'll be good.
If they look flashy, they'll be better and they'll make the better team in tryouts. I knew kids like that growing up. Poor kids. Their dads tried to like buy them the top of line equipment, and they looked ridiculous.
maybe
yeah.
it'll die off. You guys remember when golf drivers were white for like a couple years?
Yeah,
then red.
Yeah, and then the
Oh yeah, that was
red.
Yeah,
It was like-
TaylorMade
it was
had
like
a couple
the
white
rocket
ones,
balls,
like
the
the
rocket
R9,
balls.
right after the R9, maybe.
I had the R1 and that was white. And
Okay.
I remember being like, I can fucking see the thing my entire backswing. This is so weird.
Just feel like a tool.
And I thought, this is not effective. I don't know why. And eventually, yeah, they stopped making those for that reason. But sometimes I feel like they just plug and play colors and just
Yeah.
see if they'll sell more.
I think Joe Pavelski single-handedly probably brought that trend into the NHL. Remember he'd spray paint his stick all white at the base?
Yes.
Yeah, he started it, you know.
I
then they
see,
started
and I saw a lot of kids with World Juniors, rocking the all white sticks with the white tape, and I'm like, it literally looks like you're using a street hockey stick.
Yeah.
So bizarre. Or you're not holding anything,
Or like
Yeah.
for that matter. You're
Or
blending
you're
in.
like the camera guy on the
Yeah.
ice who was in all white for no reason.
Yeah. You didn't need to do
At the
that. Like, you can
Olympics?
still see them.
No, at World Juniors.
World
Oh
Juniors.
yeah,
Remember that?
IIHF.
Blend in?
They're at the Olympics too. I
Oh,
think.
they have all white guys.
Yeah.
They look like snipers from like World War II. Where
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this Finnish sniper killed like 45 Nazis.
And from like a snow mission in Call of Duty. Like it's
but-
crazy. It's kind of pointless because like we can still see you, dude. Like you're not You're becoming more distracting by being the guy in white, and everybody's pointing out, look at that guy's dressed in all white. Like, you're defeating the purpose of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You're trying to look up with the mission.
Jake, did you have any other topics while I pull up this picture of this Finnish sniper
Yeah,
from
really,
World War II?
really quick. I do have some I listed out some weird words or phrases that I want you to fit into future broadcasts.
Oh,
We already got Kremlin.
Yeah, we already got Kremlin. We might have done this with you in the past or other broadcasters before, but I got a few here for you if you can fit them in. So I don't know what context you could put these in.
Sorry,
but-
it's a blurry
Oh, there you
photo,
go.
but they look like this guy.
Yeah, they do.
They look like that guy.
Like they came out of the snow mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
42 confirmed kills.
Exactly.
was that 007? Remember that back
Yeah.
in the day?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Night
Nintendo
Flyers.
64.
Guards. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. Yeah.
One guy takes down like an entire army.
Yep. Isn't it just super
Snowmobile.
realistic and it makes me just want to do the same thing.
Maybe the
Iron
best
Man.
video game music of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Do, 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 do. Yeah. It's just it was like super like that was like the super high tech at the time.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
All right.
Yeah, some phrases. I got keep the chili hot.
Keep the chili hot.
Yeah, it's throwback to good old Tim Brewster,
Okay.
former Gopher coach. Keep the chili hot.
You know, like you got to keep rolling those guys back out there. They're feeling it. We got to keep that chili hot.
Gotta keep
you
the
know,
chili hot.
That first line is really jiving.
Keep the chili hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I again, you can use this whatever.
Wow, they're up
context.
6-1, but and they just drew a power play, but they got to keep the chili hot. PP1s over the board.
And I
Yeah,
feel
you're
like-
already thinking about it. I love it.
I feel like you have
can use
you
it.
have such an inventory of phrases. Like I feel like I've heard everything you've said, and then you pull one out during a broadcast, and I'll start laughing out loud. I'm like, how the fuck did he think of
The
that?
stinky gloves.
Yeah.
I remember watching. Listen, we looked at each other because I think we were living in the house. I'm like, did you say stinky gloves? That's great.
Or a guy will like fly the net, and you're like, oh, I think he was aiming at the rafters on that shot.
Yeah, I know. That's great. Another one, an easy one. Run them up, fill them in.
Run them up.
From Shorzy. Have you
Okay.
ever seen? Yeah.
Well, that's
Run
if
'em
you
up.
can't run them up, you got to.
Oh yeah, you can't run them up, fill them in, or whatever.
That's if you can't run up the score, you got to fill in the seats by fighting.
Yeah. Run them up. You can't run them up, fill them in. Exactly. This one might be a little more raunchy. He stroked his shaft on that one. I'm sure you could. Yeah.
That one's getting clipped.
Yeah.
Spokes, you'll be on that one.
Oh yeah, you'd be like,
instantly.
you see what Carter said? No. Guy on Twitter who just like just watches every single hockey game. I swear, and just clips everything.
What was that one? Say it again.
He stroked his shaft on that one.
Stroked his shaft on that one.
Stroked his
Yeah, I
shaft
mean
on that one.
You know, if you're
The strokes part might be hard.
Yeah, it might be
Shaft
tough.
talk
Ripped?
is totally possible.
Shaft. You could use a lot of words.
you could say like they're gripping their shafts a little tighter because of
Yeah.
you know it's a
Yeah.
might have been a
pressure.
little loose when he gripped his shaft on that one. Like if he like the shot goes way
Or
wide.
when somebody
something.
slashes a stick out of his hand.
Yeah, right.
Soft grip on the shaft.
Yeah,
there.
there's soft
Yeah.
strip on his shaft. You got to have a firm. You got to have
Slipped
a firm
off
grip.
the shaft.
it's a good
right.
innuendo.
Slipped off the
Place.
shaft. He's got to have a firm grip on his shaft. This one's kind of funny. Well, just random. The broccoli is steaming.
Broccoli steaming. That's,
Broccoli is steaming. This is when I did like some women's hockey back in the day at the Gophers. I did some broadcasts there, and
I see one down further on the list.
this one.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a throwback to Charles Barkley.
Real thing he said by the
Real
way.
thing he said on a like a post game broadcast or
During the
post-game-
playoffs.
During the playoffs, he's like, when a guy's banging you.
Yep.
He was talking about like someone like
in the
what is it
box,
called?
like
Yeah.
on the boards.
He's like,
Like,
and when these guys
in the paint on the boards.
Yeah.
He's
when
banging you.
Yeah, when a guy's banging you. So maybe you could apply that in hockey. Pull the Charles Barkley bit in a
Yeah.
game. When a guy's banging you, or like there's a scrum in front of the net or
you
something.
got to like
know?
fight through it. And
You can
see
say when
the
a guy's
puck.
banging you, you got to fight through it or something like that.
You can't
do
just
some-
take it. You got to turn around and bang him back.
Exactly. You
You
already
you have to bang him back.
yeah, right. You got to
You
bang
got to
him
use
back.
your shaft to do it.
When a
because
guy's
you need,
banging
you, need
ya-
the
The
leverage.
best way to bang him back is with a good shaft.
With a
you
good
know?
shaft, a good stroke of the shaft.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You got to have leverage.
Hit him across the face with the shaft.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Seriously. So many things you could do. Hey,
No cross-checks,
You won't get
though.
No
canceled.
cross
okay.
checks.
Dingle snipe selly boys.
Okay,
After
that's
it's probably an easy one you could use after a nice little dingle snipe.
Yeah.
Dingle snipe selly, and then I think that'd be classic. I don't know if you have like the pen things. That when you like
Yeah,
you know they do in
Telestrator.
football, Telestrator. You could accidentally draw a notorious John Madden penis on a play if you have the chance with the Telestrator. I don't know if you've ever seen those
All right,
videos.
so these guys are circling on,
Yeah,
on the
they're
top
right here,
circles.
right here.
Zuccarello's going to go all the way around the net, and then he's going to come right to the front of it.
There's literally a
This play's called the yogurt slinger.
Yeah, like this. You see this. Well, there's compilation videos on YouTube of John Madden drawing penises.
I think
with his
he
Telestrator.
just started doing it on purpose.
Yeah, he's like, you got a guy right here and a guy right here, and you see they're gonna go around and meet up right here, and it's just so funny.
Yeah.
Like if we ever see
No
that,
promises on that one.
Yeah,
But
I know.
That one's a
But if it
a
happens,
little more graphic for the younger viewers.
yeah,
at
it'll be
home.
like Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh,
yeah.
you know, if we see that, but or any of these phrases actually, you know, if you say them. But
Yeah.
we're giving you some ideas.
keep the chili
A
hot.
couple of these. Keep the chili hot. I think. is a
Creme
good one.
line.
Creme
Creme
line.
line.
If Heinz keeps it together,
Yeah, right.
can't let him break it up.
Broccoli steaming.
Broccoli steaming. Something about when a guy's banging you, maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Shafts.
Shafts. Something with shafts. Not necessarily the one I said, but you know, something with shafts.
Yeah, especially if a guy breaks his shaft.
Right.
Sounds
Yeah.
expensive, painful.
Do something with that. You know, we want to make you say something where LaPanta gives you the quick side eye during the broadcast. Like, well, what do you say? Okay.
This is a dumb question. What do you guys do during intermission? Like, You just
a couple
you just-
beers.
You have to ask Anthony. He has a routine.
Oh, does he?
He's very peculiar about it. But I just do whatever. Sometimes there will be other broadcasters that I'll know. There will be different scouts up in the press box that I'll talk to. I don't have a routine really, but I do get caught chatting a fair amount. So if you ever notice, because there have been a handful of times where I don't make it back in time for the intermission hit.
Oh man,
Because I'm out just mingling.
Yeah.
Stage manager, I need a shot caller so he can just hit it and then I come back. And
We have shot callers in here. So
Give you one.
Give you one for
Okay.
the road.
all right.
I was always wondering, like, you know, when the
There's snacks up there, so I would say these are your options.
Yeah.
Walk right out of the booth. You're gonna go to the bathroom at some point. There are snacks. You grab a snack or something maybe. Then you're gonna chat with people in the press box and then make your way back there.
Grab an
That's more or
Ambien.
less it.
so you take a nap.
Yeah. Try to time it.
Time it out right.
Third period, 10 minutes left.
No.
Oh shoot, we're in overtime.
Yeah, right.
Well, fucking overtime.
Get up.
Is it
Right.
is it not insane how many overtimes they've been in?
It is.
I don't know how we
I
haven't
think they
talked about
like
that
it.
yet.
I'm beginning to think that like they enjoy overtime. They want 3-on-3. They feel they have the best chance to win. And these guys, like Kirill, he knows like what are the probabilities he scores during a 5-on-5 or a power play during the game. Let's call it 30%,
Yeah.
probably 40%. What does it go when he's in overtime? It goes up
60 to 70.
Yeah. So he's like, let's get to the extra session because the probabilities of me scoring increase exponentially.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And
You know?
also not only scoring, but always in totally incredible fashion.
Yeah, dramatic fashion.
Just dramatic. Just that
I'm gonna
overtime
call
from the
game
goal
today.
line or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's just it's
And
always
most of the
insane.
time, it feels like it's at home.
Yeah.
So, you know, you play the crowd.
Yeah, we're tied. I could try to be your hero in the final 10 minutes of this period,
Yeah.
or I can just wait till overtime where there's less people. It's a little easier for me, and the chances are better, and it means more.
Let's just coast a little bit,
Worst
guys. The last
case-
5 minutes and get to overtime.
Yeah, worst case, you
Imagine
go,
you have that talent, and you can just make that choice.
I know,
and be
right?
Like, you know what I'm
Quinn
going to do? I'm
Hughes,
going to turn it up.
or worst case, you go to a shootout, and then, you know, if Wallsted's in net, then he get to do the classic Sally, and
Yeah.
everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It has been great. They've come such a long way from well, not just this season, but I remember when they first implemented 3-on-3, like the Wild couldn't figure it out.
But it was
like
Well,
10 years
nobody
ago.
was, but it was.
Right, but the
it
Wild
was
were
way
like
more fun to watch back then, though, because
no one-
everyone was just like, fuck it. Let's just go
They
for
do need a new
breakaways.
rule now. Like, you can't voluntarily take the puck out of your own zone.
What
Yeah.
do they say the red line, you can't go past the red line, or like maybe even like go out of the blue line, like they were talking about.
Another rule that I would be intrigued by is you can't play, just like you have in, Sarge, you'll know, in shootouts in youth hockey, you can't play Kirill again until everybody on your bench plays. So it's a true team thing, you know? So, like, coaches now have a decision to make, like 3-on-3, am I going to put, you know, Kirill out first? Am I going to wait for a better matchup, knowing that Kirill might only get one shift in overtime?
Yeah.
Like, when's that going to be? And knowing that, oh, shit, Ryan Carter might have to play a shift in overtime. You know what I mean? Like, I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I would
they
love that.
They had like limits on how many shifts a guy can have in overtime. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Or-
like
wow,
you
okay,
basically can't have anybody have two shifts till everybody's had at least one.
yeah. Wow. No, I like that, and they would have to have. I mean,
Because
they-
then you just see, like, I could see, like, coaches would just have me be like, all right, put 2 feet on the ice, stand there for a second, jump off.
Do
Yeah,
a
right,
quick
right.
circle, like, get back
You'd start
off.
You touch
seeing
that
that.
dot,
You
you
see
touch that
5
neutral zone
different
dot,
guys do it.
I will beat you. You know?
They're doing tap dances on the ice, off and off. Yeah, that would be interesting.
You got to play both of your goalies at some point
Yeah.
of overtime. You
Yeah,
just
right.
decide when they change.
But I would like that rule because overtime is just, 6 guys that play?
Yeah.
You know, it'd be fun to see everybody get a sniff in overtime because the argument with overtime sometimes is that it's taxing, and it is. Like, you add the minutes up for Kaprizov or Boldi, Brock Faber, Quinn Hughes, these guys that already log huge minutes. They're at 23 overtime games already. Let's say they've averaged 3.5 minutes. You know, that's 60 minutes. That's 3 extra games.
Yeah.
You know, so it adds up, and they've all said that. You know,
Especially
so-
when you're doing it every other night, like
yeah,
the Wild are.
yeah. And if these points matter and it's a team game, like, have everybody have to play in overtime. Let the best team win. You know.
Throw Sarge's buddy Tyler Pitlick out there.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, pity.
Little
Starts with the high school
Hinestroza,
with him.
Ben Jones,
Yeah, throw Ben Jones out there. Fuck
some
it.
of those other creative players that
Yeah,
they put out
and
there.
then who knows? Maybe Ben Jones gets to be the hero. Like, how sweet would that be? First
rock.
goal,
Right? Seriously. Yeah, you allow more opportunities for a guy to, get his name out there and make a big play. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Or you do shootouts where it's every single forward and defenseman. So it's what would that be? Would that be like 12? No. 12 plus
There's 18 skaters.
18. So there's 18 rounds to the shootout. And everyone has to shoot. Unless it gets to a point obviously where you can't come back.
They should just do that for warm up, almost like the baseball has the All-Star game, which it was played for that. They played that for, and now I know this rule has changed, for home field advantage in the World Series.
Right.
Warm-ups would be a 18-man shootout against your goalie, or against the other team's goalie. Whoever wins that gets the bonus point after overtime.
Yeah.
So you know ahead of time
Yeah.
who would
kind of
win in the
electric,
shootout.
though.
That'd be juicy.
Can you imagine if they
Look
did
at
that
us.
before every game?
They could do it in the AHL.
Well, they should
start.
experiment it, but that would just get more butts in the seats before games.
Oh, for sure.
We get to see the
A pre-game shootout that counts if it goes to a shootout.
And 2-for-1
crazy.
beers.
This is
Yeah,
genius.
right. It'd be
Let's talk to the marketing people at the league.
Right, and they can start
Can
pushing
we
it.
copyright this?
Yeah, right.
We need to save this idea.
Can we somehow sell this to the league? This
know a
idea?
notary.
I don't know. We can talk to Bill.
Notarize
Before we release this podcast, let's make sure we have control of that idea.
Yes.
I could totally see us though.
Needs to be 2-for-1 beers.
It does 2-for-1 beers at least, and the beers are
One's
$5.
captain's patch.
2-for-1 captain's patches.
Easily.
Even though we have zero authority over the price in the arena, we will call that now. Even
Just
if
make
I
it
have to
2 for
buy one and ID every person who wants to get a free one, I will go bankrupt
fine.
for this cause.
Make sure it's legal.
Yeah.
I could see us pitching that idea to Bill Guerin. He does his stare down for 10
He would
seconds.
just look
and
at
be like,
us and not
"It's a
say anything.
fucking
and
stupid idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or he might love it. We don't know.
It's like when we tell him
You
to
never know.
every time we tell him to change the goal song, he just
Yeah,
stares at us.
he's just not doing that. It's like, okay, well, I'd like to
He
go back.
says that?
He likes the
says
goal
that.
song.
He likes shout, which is okay. I loved crowd chant. That's what you grew up on. I mean, it was crowd chant. It was great.
Yeah.
Now the Islanders have it, I think.
Well, Cards, thanks so much, man, for coming in. We appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. This was fun. Yeah, good little setup, great studio, good company. Appreciate it, fellas.
Yeah, glad.
Probably
you did.
not as nice and chilly as your setup at Tria, but
It's something.
It's nice to have heat in the winter, so this is comfortable.
I mean, we could just move the whatever pregame show or stuff you're doing there to here. We could just move the studio.
that would
here.
rock.
We could make that.
Yeah, right.
Make our studio here.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you
Free
can
of charge.
You can watch
Make it
the
work.
game with us, which means you'll be delayed by about a minute.
Yeah,
What
right.
about-
Because people always text us.
yeah.
Would I be able to put my name on Jordan's door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can't take Jordan's name off, but we can add you to it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we
Rest
got to
in
keep
peace.
Shared
Jordan
space.
Draper up there. Rest in peace.
nice to the dead.
Still alive. So
Very much alive.
yes, or she is.
Yeah.
Or
She
yeah,
is.
We looked her up.
Just
LinkedIn.
slinging insurance.
We have to know whose spirit lives here. That's
Right.
alive.
Just good vibes.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks, Cards.
Yeah, appreciate it,
Thanks,
fellas.
Ryan. Thank you.